Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief and crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh boys,
High school, like champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And very good morning to everyone, and welcome to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. We are going to be here for a while today as we have track and field activities going on for you. The field activities are already underway across the other side of the campus here, and we'll tell you all about that here in just a second. But right now it's time to get to the pregame portion. And our pregame show brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville, or give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. We are in for a full day. Got about 28 schools competing in the various competitions here today. And as I mentioned, the field events are underway. I went over there and I recorded a good solid 8 minutes of the discus throw. And I came back over here and uploaded it to my computer. And when I transferred over to what you're looking at right now, it was upside down. And I tried and tried and tried to figure out a way to flip it and it just won't let me do it. So there's 8 minutes of footage that I stood over there and recorded that I can't even use. And all 3 of the Collinsville players that were over there throwing the discus were in that particular video as well as Iosa Epinosa. So I had some good stuff, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to play it. I could, but you guys would have to watch it upside down, and that's really not a good thing to do. So we'll have to just wait for the results to come through over on the other side. But right now it's time for a break. And I did have a chance to catch up with Collinsville's head coach, Darren Frecker, just a little while ago. So we'll pass that conversation on to you next when we return with the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Softwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
We welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We have a long day of track and field going on here at Kahok Stadium. And joining us now is Collinsville's track and field head coach, Daryl Frecker. All right, Coach, so tell me, man, equal parts fun and work getting all this thing together?
It is absolutely phenomenal. It's a good time. I like the fact that we have a lot of teams, a lot of good coaches that come in and make this a great meet, and it's always an enjoyable day.
Being a track and field coach, I'm going to ask you to kind of narrow things down here for a minute. What is your favorite part about these meets?
I have to admit, I like running a good show in terms of trying to be efficient, trying to stay one step ahead of either the next race or just in general the event. But at the same time, we're fortunate to be at the end of the season, and the cream of the crop are some of the state's top athletes. And if I take a break and watch each one of those events, it is awesome. We got a lot of good athletes here, and it's exciting to watch them perform.
Do you have a favorite event?
I got to go with the mile. Being the old miler that I was, I've always enjoyed watching it. But I do enjoy the events across the board, and 800's always been my second favorite, so to speak. So yeah, I'm a distance coach, and fortunately we got coaches in the other events because of their expertise. But I've grown to appreciate all of the events and the athletes that perform in them.
All right, so last year's champ Edwardsville, previous year Mount Vernon. Are those two the top teams to beat, or is there somebody else you're looking at?
I know Edwardsville is tough again this year, and they're here. I'm not sure how strong Belleville West is looking, but I don't think Mount Vernon brought their full squad. They got prom tonight. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds. Glenwood is here as well. I know they got a lot of good athletes. So team-wise, it's going to be tough, but it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top.
Trying to follow you guys, while I'm doing baseball and softball and volleyball and soccer and all that is a little tough, but I try the best I can. And it seems to me, as far as Collinsville is concerned, you guys look pretty good in the field department this year.
Yeah, you got Chad's doing a great job with the throwers. He's got a lot of throwers that, are, at least for our meet, above the minimum mark, and we go pretty deep. We got KJ in 3 jumps. He's doing well. Our pole vaulters are doing well. Unfortunately, they're not here today with a slight injury, but our field events across the board are looking pretty good. And then you get Trey in the 800 and a couple sprinters in there, and it's not bad across the board, but our field events are doing an outstanding job so far this year.
All right, so expectations for Collinsville, you guys finished in 11th last year and 9th the year before. Trying to get up to that top 5, is that doable today?
I think it is. With some of our top athletes, if they perform as well as they could be, I think we'll get enough points to get at least above, 7, 8, around there. It's just it makes it a little bit more difficult hosting it and not combing through it with a fine-tooth comb and putting everybody in the events just to score points. We're also looking at fine-tuning for conference next week, getting a mark on somebody that needs it. Unfortunately, the team place is not as important as the individual place for the meet. But I guarantee if we were in the hunt to win this thing, we would be doing that.
Well, you have fun out there today, and good luck. Thanks for the visit.
Thank you very much. Good luck to you.
Thank you. All right, that is Daryl Frecker, the Collinsville track and field head coach. We'll take a break, and we'll come back and set you up for the day. We'll do that next on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
All right, and we welcome you back here to Kahok Stadium as the first track competition is underway, and that is the 3,200. My name is Todd Duke. On the other microphone, Zach Rosemond joins us. How are you, Zach?
I'm great. Well, always one of my favorite days of the year, getting out and doing this every year. And, looks like the rain stayed away. Maybe maybe a little windy, but can't really ask for too much better conditions.
No, you cannot. A little overcast, so not a lot of abundant sunshine, and it's nice and warm right now, and the rain looks like it will stay away, so we're all happy about that. Again, in case you're just joining us, my apologies. I did go over and record 8 minutes worth of the discus throw, and all 3 Collinsville participants, I got to record them. I went through the whole first flight and got a throw from everybody that was in the competition, but unfortunately when I downloaded it onto my computer, it was upside down. And I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to do a handstand just to watch the right side up version. So that's what we got going on now. Okay, so we are underway in the men's 3,200. And unfortunately for the Kahok fans, Collinsville does not have a participant in this first part or in the second part. So what we have is Christian Knobloch, a sophomore from Highland in this first race, along with Edward Wilson, a Glenwood sophomore, a freshman from Civic Memorial, Joshua Cranford, Greg Drain, a sophomore from Wascuda. Another sophomore from Freeburg is Caden McCullough. Cedar Negromley, a junior from Lanphier. Daniel Oberneffem, a senior from Freeburg. Andrew Thomason, a junior from Belleville West. Justin Kapner, a sophomore from Quincy. Chase Massey, a junior from Carbondale. Mason Blair, a freshman from Belleville West. Jack Castleman, a sophomore from Murfreesboro. Finn Murphy, a sophomore from Springfield. Gabe Iwanicki, a freshman from Glenwood. A junior from Alton is Isaiah Ukchani. I think we have another one of those on there somewhere. Will Cosmopolis, a freshman from Triad. And Gabriel Booth, a junior from Murfreesboro. Last year, this event, if I can get my page, was won by Ethan Hogan, a sophomore from Columbia. Runners to watch here is Ethan Hogan. He's number 1 in the St. Louis area. Already turned in a 3,200 this year of 8 minutes and 49.61 seconds. That's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, that's I think
that's fast.
He went out to the Arcadia Invite in California, which is one of probably the biggest high school track meet in the country. Ran the fastest time in the state, and I think he got about 17th, which points to the quality of competition you get out there. I don't think he's doing the 3,200, but I believe he is running the 16, and a good day for him might be pushing towards a meet record.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want a 8:49.61 this year. Last year he won this competition with a time of 9:43.48. So he's almost improved by a whole entire minute.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, we saw a little bit of Ryan Watts last year, now running at Iowa State, and this is as good, maybe even better.
Yeah. So that's who we thought we were going to keep an eye on, but I don't even see his name on here.
I guess he's not. Yeah. He's electing not to participate in the 3,200, so more opportunity for everybody else, I guess.
Yeah. The record at this event happened in 2018. That was Roland Prenzler of Edwardsville with a time of 9 minutes 25.77 seconds.
Looks like a two runner race at this point. Belleville West and Chatham Glenwood, so Thomason and Wilson with a pretty comfortable lead at this point. As we get ready to head on to lap number 4, I believe.
This is the first section of this run. They'll have another section of this run after the next 2 relays that are coming up. So after this is the 4x800 meter relay and the 4x100 meter relay before they get to the final part of this 3,200.
So, yeah, that's one thing for those of you who haven't really watched a track meet before, is that, you're racing not only, if you have more than one section, not only are you racing the people, directly in your meet, you're also racing the people running in the other meet.
Yep.
So they usually have it weighted so that it's fairly competitive. You'll have the not as highly rated guys in 1 or 2 pools, and then you'll have the higher rated guys later on. And it looks still very much like a 2-man race. Maybe a third runner, maybe starting to inch towards that lead duo. That is, I believe that is Christian Knobloch of Highland making a push now.
It appears to be 5 meters or so behind the leaders as we come up on 1,200 meters to go. Thomason, Wilson, Knobloch, and now Christian Knobloch asserts himself, and we have a new leader, Christian Knobloch, the sophomore from Highland, moving in the lead just inside 3 laps to go for the lead.
At least the nice thing with the wind that we mentioned earlier is that it is more of a crosswind than running straight into or...
Yeah, it's flowing right toward the booth.
Yeah, which may be a little annoying for us, but I guess that's probably better for the competitors.
For section 2 of the 3,200 meter run. Second call, section 2, 3,200 meter run. Knobloch, Thomason, and Wilson, 1, 2, and 3 as they round the turn back onto the home stretch. Just over 2 laps remain here in section 1 of the 3,200 meter run. Knobloch took over the lead.
Knobloch beginning to lengthen his lead after coming in to take it earlier in the lap, and I'll head to the 800 meters to go mark at just over 8 minutes.
800 meters to go, with Knobloch wearing hit number 1 for the Bulldogs of Highland.
This is a whirlwind kind of a day, man.
Yeah, it's
I got here at like 9:15, and I still feel like I haven't done everything I need to do. Of course, recording that discus throw and it not working sets everything back. In the frustration department, that's at a top level.
Yeah. We'll be sure to provide you all updates in regards to results for that as we get them.
Sure, that felt good here, didn't it?
To the line. And Knobloch.
I'm sure that felt really good in your ear, didn't it?
Of course.
They're over
Almost pulled my computer off the counter and everything with that move.
We survive in advance, I guess.
Well,
Let's see. Knobloch and Thomason coming around to lap some of the back markers as we head into the final lap here at 9:24.
9:25.26. Christian Knobloch trying to hold off.
I think that really highlights just how remarkable Hogan's time was, showing that, you know, he would have gone around and completed a whole other lap 40 seconds before these guys have even finished their 7th.
Here comes Drain of Mascuda, just ahead of Civic Memorial's Josh Cranford. Down the backstretch. Continuing to extend his lead, Christian Knobloch. Now with 200 meters to go. Begins his kick.
It looks like the #1 seeded time coming in is looking to take the lead, but he may get some challenge here as Thomason making a push here. Into the final 100 meters. It looks like Knobloch's going to hold on. And will come in with a winning time of 10:38, about 10:37.63 is your official time. Thomason second.
It will be Wilson of Glenwood, followed by Drain of Mascuda.
Wilson of Chatham Glenwood third. Greg Drain of Mascuda in fourth.
Civic Memorial. And he will cross the line. 10:37 for Christian Knobloch is the
Which
time
does
to
improve
beat
upon his time.
by Section 2. Those runners in Section 2, that race will be taking place after the 4x100 meter relay here in just a few events.
Oh, yes, I will do that. Thank you. You bet.
The rest of the runners coming in to finish now, and
Couple of ways to follow this meet as we go on. Again, endurance race.
10:37. That's better than his 10:51.99.
we'll see how that'll play compared to the second section. But, you know, personal best. And, you know, that's one of those things that you really like as a track and field athlete. If you can improve upon your time for running, or distance for throws, or height for jump and pole vault and stuff like that. And,
All right. We're underway. I guess we're got a couple late runners coming up here.
looks like it. A couple of guys coming around.
Isaiah from Alton and
somebody from Triad.
that would be Will Cosmopolis.
Alrighty.
And I think those were the last two runners.
And doesn't look like we've got anybody else running.
Nope. So next up is the 4x800 meter relay. And Civic Memorial, the team to watch, I think. They're number 4 right now in the St. Louis area with a time of 8 minutes, 13.83 seconds. East St. Louis is 10th in the St. Louis area in that same category, and Mascuda is 11th, and Alton is 12th. Civic Memorial finished 3rd last year in this event. Edwardsville took the championship in this event, and the 4x800 meter relay record is owned by East St. Louis back in 2006 of 7 minutes, 47.10 seconds.
Well, looking at the seed times, it looks like this O'Fallon group, a very young O'Fallon group, 3 sophomores and a freshman, might be pushing towards that 4x8 meet record. We'll go ahead and give you all the rundown for the first heat, as you'll see everybody down there in their respective uniforms. We'll have Belleville West on the far left, Carbondale next to them, although, oh, there they are. I was looking in the opposite direction from where they were. Following them will be Roxana. You also have Civic Memorial, Murfreesboro, Columbia, Quincy, and East Alton Wood River. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who are we missing?
I don't know. Collinsville doesn't have any participants in this either.
Looks like, I think Murfreesboro looks like. See Belleville West, see Carbondale, see Roxana, see Civic Memorial, see Columbia, see Quincy, and see East Alton Wood River. So no Murfreesboro here today. And it looks like we're just about ready to go here.
And as I mentioned, no Collinsville.
Yep.
In either one of these, the first heat or the next heat.
Here we go. Heat 1, the 4x8. Belleville West, Carbondale, Roxana Civic Memorial, Murfreesboro.
Much more, definitely an increase in pace, but covering the same distance, but you've only got to run 1/4 of it. So
Yes.
looks like a relatively even grouping so far. Is that, I think that's Civic Memorial out to an early lead.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was the team to watch this year, according to all the records so far this year in the St. Louis metropolitan area.
See Civic Memorial, and is that, oh, or then that's Quincy in the lead.
Quincy, yeah.
Quincy, and then Carbondale in second.
Thomas Hess Jr. in the lead, but closing in quickly on him is Carbondale's A.J. Altman.
58 second first lap. That's a pretty good pace so far. And both comfortably pulled ahead of the rest of the pack. We're all grouped together.
Yeah, the first and second place runners are kind of out there in their own little island, aren't they?
Yep.
We got Quincy followed by Carbondale on the backstretch.
So right now it's a two-team race with Quincy and Carbondale. And when they came down here on this front half right in front of us, it seemed to me that A.J. Altman was closing in on Thomas Hess, but Hess has since opened up a pretty sizable lead.
Yeah, it looks like Altman kind of made his kick and didn't quite work out, but looks like he's comfortably in second, and he'll come into the 100-meter, final 100 meters of his portion of the day and rely on his teammates to see if they can close that gap, as Hess looks to be cruising in comfortably, and will make the handoff to Cameron McDonough at 2:03, which is a solid run there. We have Carbondale and Belleville West, and then Civic Memorial, and Roxana and Wood River, two neighbors right next to each other on the track as well.
Say a big hello to Ed McDonald, who is watching us from Michigan. He is Devin Habermill's grandfather. And Ed, I apologize. I told you I was going to go out and record some of the field events, and I did. I got 8 minutes, including your grandson's throw in the discus, but when I transferred it over to my laptop, it was upside down, and I could not figure out how to flip it. So I will not have that for you today. My apologies, sir. And I did get your gift in the mail the other day, so thank you very much for that. Appreciate it.
Quincy continuing to pull away.
They are, man, aren't they?
Yep.
Well, that's almost a full, 100 meters?
Yeah, come in and are running at a pretty good clip here, and at Carbondale, and then
Civic Memorial's closing in on Carbondale for second place.
Belleville West, and then looks like Roxana's jumped ahead of East Alton Wood River, and then Columbia bringing up the rear. I believe so. As Quincy have pulled a probably right at 100 meters, maybe even a little more.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's got the elbow over there, and they just crossed the elbow over to the right. So that's a big lead.
Yep.
And coming down the home stretch, your leaders, the Quincy Blue Devils.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to, right there going, they're probably going to blow that 946 out of the water. Coming into the second exchange at...
So this is the halfway mark, right?
Yep, at just over 4 minutes. So,
yeah, so double that up. You're talking about 8 minutes and about 8 seconds.
Which is pretty good time.
You think?
Yeah.
considering that
That would be
last year Edwardsville won this with a time of 7 minutes 56.63 seconds. So they're not that close, but they're close.
yeah. They're based on the seed times, they'd be right up there in the top half of the second section. So yeah, credit to the guys from Adams County making their way down. And
Ed McDonald told me to send him my video. If he can't fix it himself, he'll stand on his head and watch it.
there you go.
No, I have not deleted it, so after this day's event's over, I'll do it probably sometime tomorrow. I won't have enough time today because I'm going from one track to another track. I'm leaving here and going home and picking up the family, and we're going to the racetrack and watching the Kentucky Derby and putting some bets down.
All righty.
5 horses have already been scratched from today's Derby, by the way.
5.
Yeah.
That's what, a quarter of the field about?
Yeah.
I haven't paid much attention to who the...
Yeah, including the favorite. Forte was the favorite at 3-1, and he scratched this morning.
Oh, all right. And just comfortably pulling ahead, almost approaching the 200-meter mark is the lead for Quincy.
Now, it wasn't upside down on my computer. It was only when I transferred it onto OBS that it was upside down.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I was like, what in the world?
Beyond my technical capabilities to figure out what would have caused it, though.
Oh, yeah, that's not my forte. Forte got scratched.
We'll be here all day, folks.
Yeah, we will. Hopefully not all day, but until about 2 or 3.
Yeah.
We got out here pretty early last year, didn't we? If I remember correctly, it was like 2:30.
Yeah, somewhere in there. I remember we've usually made pretty good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how we're going pace-wise. Right at 5 after 11. We'll kind of see where we wind up at as they hit the final exchange. 6:26. So looks like that 8:08 time is going to be a little lower than that.
Yeah.
Third leg a little slower, but looks like it'll still be a comfortable victory. And a time of, hopefully about 9 minutes or so, you'd be feeling pretty good.
So Reed Steiner of Quincy, the final runner for the Blue Devils.
Trying to hold off a late push by Columbia, and they will do just that at the line. East Alton, Wood River, Columbia, then
so it is Carbondale in a distant second, and then I think that's Belleville West in a distant third, as the Quincy runner, a lot of long hair, making his way down there, and will hit the 400 meter to go mark at 7:26 or so.
Yeah.
On deck. And there's the bell lamp. Quincy leads now Carbondale.
Quincy finished in 11th in this competition last year.
Well, looks like a pretty young group.
And again, this is just the first section. They'll have another section right after this.
Yep.
And then they'll mix the times together and figure out who finished in first.
Right.
Got a little group just below us right now going through.
Yep.
Quincy is just over 200 meters.
And it looks like Quincy are going to come around and take a comfortable victory. And looks like probably under 9 minutes, which would be a pretty good time, barring any major catastrophes.
Reed Steiner comes around the final turn, heading down this front stretch here. The final stretch.
The anchor leg from the Quincy Blue Devils, powering down the stretch.
And good, strong finish to things, and he's going to come down and finish at 8:36. Higher 8:36.
Yeah.
8:36.
8:36.58.
Which it's a solid time.
Yes, it is. Last year, Quincy's time was 9:51.71, so that's a huge improvement.
Yes. Looks like Carbondale third, Belleville West fourth, and then Columbia making a charge up into fifth. And then looks like East Alton Wood River going to pass Civic Memorial for fifth and sixth, and then Roxana will bring up the rear. And now we're going to go ahead and move right along into the second section.
Just behind East Alton, Wood River, and Civic Memorial.
Civic Memorial, 9 minutes, 9 seconds, when earlier this year they had a time of 8 minutes, 13 seconds. So they were almost a minute off.
A fun race coming up.
Maybe electing to use maybe some of their different guys, and
you never can tell. There could be an injured guy or two.
Yeah, or just
As you mentioned, across the way is pole vault, and Collinsville has a couple of pole vaulters, but neither one of them are fit to compete today. They're both injured, so Collinsville doesn't have any entries in the pole vault. So, yeah, you're getting toward the end of the track and field season, so you're going to have injuries.
Yep, the girls finished up their regular season. They had their conference meet earlier this week, and they'll have their sectionals up in Bloomington next week. And the guys won't be too far along, and they're going to move right along into the rest of the spring sports. Got boys volleyball, regional stuff out, and other sports that we cover here. And we're going to go ahead and get started with this 4x8 group. You have...
Are there really 11 teams out here on this one?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I count 10. O'Fallon, Waterloo. I do not see Mascoutah, but East St. Louis, Alton, Edwardsville, Glenwood, Triad, Highland, Freeburg, and Rochester.
Yeah.
So no Mascoutah, it looks like. But it seems like we've got everybody else, and the team to watch is O'Fallon, coming in with a seed time of 7:47.53, which is not very far off of the meet record. So we'll see how quickly we get started here.
Yeah, we're talking like 40-second difference between that and the meet record. So we'll see how things pan out as this second leg is underway, second section, if you will.
East St. Louis off to a very early lead. Looks like O'Fallon kind of staying farther towards the back, so we'll see what kind of pace we're at here.
Yeah, they're all kind of bunched up right now as they head over there to that third turn.
And now it looks like probably Edwardsville making a push for the lead, and O'Fallon on the far outside making their run now and making a push for the lead. As Edwardsville, East St. Louis, a whole mess of different teams making the push.
Yeah, they haven't given much space, have they?
Nope, as we hit the just over a minute, so not quite record pace, but we'll see here as the field begins to spread out a little bit.
Down the backstretch, now we start to get a little single file.
Edwardsville, East St. Louis, Freeburg, and somebody making a push up to. Is that? No, that is Waterloo, yes. Bulldogs. And it looks like kind of a lead group of 4, and so Fallon squad that had the highest time, not so far all that in the mix, as the Flyers of East St. Louis hold the lead as we head towards the first exchange. And we'll hit the exchange at just about 2 minutes.
Freeburg, Highland, O'Fallon, Alton, Triad, and Glenwood. 2:01.54 for the leadoff leg from East St. Louis. Waterloo's leadoff 2:02.76, followed by Edwardsville, Freeburg.
And now Edwardsville making a push closer to the lead on the East St. Louis runner and passing him relatively easily.
And the Tigers have reclaimed the lead here in leg number 2. It's Edwardsville, now Waterloo moving into the second spot.
Edwardsville, of course, well-established power in the track and field scene.
Edwardsville, the reigning champs of this meet. with a 15-point difference between them and second place last year, which was Mount Vernon, who won the previous year.
Followed by Highland. Now O'Fallon moving up.
Oh, damn.
Overtaking Waterloo. Followed by East St. Louis. Alton and Freeburg. Down the backstretch. Edwardsville now. It's about 20 meters up, but here come the Panthers of O'Fallon. Down the backstretch with a surge just over 200 meters to the next exchange. Edwardsville, O'Fallon now moving up 150 meters.
And now there's the push from O'Fallon that we were anticipating after a slow start, making the push now to the lead. And now the Panthers showing why they are the favorite so far as they hit the second exchange at 4:02. Edwardsville second, and I believe Highland third, Waterloo, East St. Louis, and Alton.
Triad now overtaking Freeburg, and then Chatham Glenwood. 157.87 for that second leg for Gardani. For Gardini.
Yep.
Jackson Gardini, a freshman from O'Fallon.
We have our preliminary results coming in at this point, as O'Fallon have really stretched this lead, and we'll see what happens here. Maybe this meet record maybe a little more in jeopardy than we thought, as the third runner from O'Fallon, Roby Lewis, makes a big push, hits it under 5 minutes, so we'll see what happens here as we're going to approach the second exchange. This meet record may yet be just thinking a little bit now. As O'Fallon have quickly pulled a 60 or 70 meter lead, as Waterloo, I believe, push into second ahead of Edwardsville.
Panthers of O'Fallon. Robert Woking.
I get tired just looking at him.
Panthers lead.
Definitely not in my capabilities.
Nope.
And that's why we're up here in the booth.
That's exactly right.
Not on the track.
If there isn't a bear chasing me, I'm not running.
Talent capability here. Well, not quite on meet record pace, but still have the capability of putting a pretty good time up here. Is 6:04 at the final exchange, as Waterloo, Edwardsville, and Alton are your next few.
Their next leg handing off. O'Fallon passing off in 2 minutes, but 158.80 by Joe Schwartz, the senior from Waterloo, getting the Bulldogs into the second position and back into this race. Edwardsville third, Alton in fourth, East St. Louis, Highland Triad, and Freeburg.
So the O'Fallon runner making his way into the final 300 meters. Moving with quite a bit of, definitely moving is Zach Toman, who we'll probably see later today in the 1600, as he hits the bell lap at 7:01, so 46-second 400 would be pushing for the meet record, which is unlikely, but not necessarily impossible. And they'll have a little bit of help coming down the back stretch in terms of wind. Waterloo doing enough to keep it competitive at this point. Edwardsville not too far behind either. And we are hit 7:34, so meet record should be safe, but O'Fallon will more than likely be able to.
They should finish better than Quincy did.
Yep. And we'll be able to take away the 10 team points. And the runner coming in now. And Looks like it'll be just over 8 minutes. And it'll come in at 8:02 and some change. 8:02.18.
That's a 34-second difference between them and what Quincy did in that first leg. That's pretty impressive.
And still not even, and based on the stats we have, it's not even their best run ever.
Yeah.
But like I said, a little bit of wind, so the
A little shorter of a race coming up next. 4x100 meter relay.
So we'll go ahead and see if we can provide you all the updated capability in regards to results here shortly.
So the 4x800 meter relay in the books as the last runner crosses the line. And we'll get ready now for the 4x100 meter relay. And that will consist of some of the same teams you just watched in that one. East St. Louis is number 1 in the St. Louis area in the 4x100 meter relay with a time of 42.08 seconds. The record was set by Cahokia in 2006 of 41.52 seconds. East St. Louis, as I mentioned, number 1. Muscuda, number 2, 42.19, so not that far off East St. Louis. Triad, Madison, Edwardsville, and Mount Vernon all coming at 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the top 6 spots in the St. Louis area all belong to Illinois schools.
Showing the capabilities of this area. And be just about ready to go here. And
there are 3 sections of this 4x100. Collinsville has a team in this first section. And that will be Isaiah Gordon, a junior, Loyal Patterson, a freshman, Sebastian Munoz, a sophomore, and Amari Harper, a freshman. So we see if Collinsville can provide everybody with a little upset victory here today.
We'll see. Looks like the favorites in this one. We'll have Civic Memorial, Murfreesboro, Columbia, Freeburg, Granite City, Quincy, and the aforementioned Collinsville squad, as well as East Alton Wood River. As looks like we're missing Civic Memorial, at least at this point. Or no, never mind, I see them now. We've got the Murfreesboro runner in 2. Looks like we have Columbia and Freeburg in 3 and 4. Granite City probably there in 5. There's a person down there anyway. Quincy 6, and
Collinsville's in 7.
All right, and do we have East Alton Wood River out there in 8? Yes, we do. All righty, so full field.
All 8 ready to go. Thank you, everyone, tuning in on the Kahok Sports Network. This is the only time we cover track and field is for this event every year. And it's a lot of fun. I like being out here. I know there's been a couple of times we've been out here and the weather hasn't been very nice.
No, we've had some.
We had that one rainy, drizzly day. Last year was gorgeous. It was sunny all day. Temperatures in the mid-70s. We're supposed to make it almost to 80 today, but that's going to require a little bit more sunshine, which I think is supposed to be coming a little later in the day. So right now, a little overcast still. Temperature is very comfortable. I would probably put it right around 70. And the flag blowing out there across the field right at us. So there's a little breeze blowing right across the field. Gentleman's got his arm up in the air with the gun. He's ready to go.
No, looks like we're going to have a small delay, but
yeah,
looks like we're about ready to go. What are you doing there?
I don't know.
Activation jumping, I guess, for lack of, I don't know the technical term.
Stretching those muscles.
Mm-hmm. Last thing you want to do is cramp up.
And they are off.
Fastest lap of the day. You'll see with this event 3 sections. Section 1 starting the 4 by
Every 100 meters they hand off.
relay.
Yep. Looks like
Is that Collinsville in the lead?
is so far, yes.
Yeah, it is. That second.
Gap being closed. We'll see here as but Collinsville looking pretty well so far.
Yeah, I tell you what, Sebastian Munoz, man, when he got that baton, he was off and running.
Clean exchange here.
Oh, hard exchange. They messed up that final exchange. This is going to be close down the stretch here. Here comes Amari Harper, the freshman. He's got some competition. Collinsville is going to finish in probably third or second here, but boy, oh boy, that handoff down here on this last turn, that really messed him up a little bit.
We're going to give Granite City the win in that heat, 44-84. Columbia second, Collinsville third. Murfreesboro fourth. Freeburg 5. Civic Memorial 6. Quincy and East Alton River will finish in 8th. And that is the first heat. As we mentioned earlier, we have 3 sections.
At this time, we will make the final call for the 110 high hurdles. Final call for the 110.
45-11 for Collinsville. Was that right? 45-11?
First call for the 100-meter run.
I believe
Next
so.
up, we'll get ready for the second of 3 heats in the 4x100-meter relay. Springfield, Lampion lines will be in
Granite City
44.84 for Granite City, so that can't be right.
44.9 for Columbia. And
I think it was 45-11. Yeah, it was 45-11. Okay.
45-11. All right.
Not bad.
Improves on the personal best for the guys. So.
And the second heat has Lamphir, Roxana, Glenwood, O'Fallon, Belleville West, Carbondale, Springfield, and Rochester.
And I see Landfear in 1. And Roxana in 2. 3 would be Chatham Glenwood. Yes, O'Fallon in 4. Belleville West in 5. Carbondale 6. Springfield High 7. And Rochester in 8. So once again, all 8 teams will start. Hopefully all 8 will finish.
Well, let's hope so. All 8 lanes on the track being used. This is a fun race. I like this race. It's just so fast. And the hand, I mean, 100 meters isn't anything when you're handing off that baton. As soon as you get going, you're almost handing it off.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice, I think I've heard it described as perhaps the most exciting event because, you know, you got everybody running. You have the exchange elements, not just, you know, flat out sprint one direction. Should be a fun time as looks like
Rochester's out front.
They do have the advantage of the turn. Looks like Belleville West are
closing up quick though, aren't they?
Yep.
Bad exchange. Yeah, Rochester messed that one up.
And O'Fallon maybe looking to make a push for the lead, but it'll be pretty competitive here. And got a few different teams that are pushing a position. Glenwood pushing ahead. O'Fallon looks like closing, and I think
like
O'Fallon are going to get it.
I believe so. Right around 43 seconds.
43-31.
So that's better than the 44-84 that Granite City put in. So right now, O'Fallon in front as we get ready to head to the final heat of this 4x100 relay. Belleville East, St. Mary's of St. Louis, Mascoutah, Edwardsville, East St. Louis, Triad, Alton, and Cahokia, if everybody's here. I didn't know there was any St. Louis schools out here today.
Yes, St. Mary's, the Dragons coming through after kind of an interesting situation there with some questions as to the future of the school, but they're staying open, at least in the short term, and the Dragons have made the trek over to run some track here at Kahok Stadium from the southern portions of the city of St. Louis.
We have St. Mary's will be in 2.
Lost my list of schools. What happened to my list of schools?
with the top seeded
Oh, there it
team.
is.
They will be in 4. East St. Louis.
See, St. Mary's isn't even on the list.
They're outside.
I thought they were.
In 6, Triad.
Now you got all the way down to the S's, and the only S team we have is Springfield, Lamphir.
We are in for a very tight race here.
There's teams that come in late too.
Yep. I think I saw that there was a
I think you can register for this thing all the way up until the day of.
day before anyway. Let's see. We have Belleville East in lane 1, and don't see. I guess St. Mary's are not here. They're in lane 2. Let's see. Mascouda in 3, Edwardsville in 4, East St. Louis in 5, Triad in 6, Alton in 7, and Kahok in 8. So no St. Mary's, but looks like all in all, 23 out of 24 participating teams is a good start. As O'Fallon, with their victory in the 3,200 meters, hold the very early team lead. Or the 4x800, excuse me. We haven't had the second section of the 32 yet. As the starter is ready, we'll get set, and they're going to make him get back up. Appreciate everybody watching.
Got some comments coming in on the old text line or the chat line. You guys chat away. Clay Smith coming across the field in his old golf cart now. Recently just named the Athletic Director of the Year for Class 3A, 4A by the Athletic Directors Association, as he is still recovering from knee surgery.
Well-deserved honor.
Oh, yeah. One of the best, but I'm biased.
Of course. But really does a very good job in planning events such as this, and of course, Prairie Farms Holiday Classic, amongst other things, as we get underway here. As
final heat.
Looks like East St. Louis may be holding the early advantage, but there's somebody, is that Triad out there making a big run. East St. Louis fade off a little bit. And we hit our
good handoff there by Triad.
Yep, and Edwardsville making a big push there on the inside. And we'll see here. And Edwardsville and Triad are going to push here. Edwardsville with the advantage. East St. Louis making a push, but
Looks
Edwardsville
like it's going to be Edwardsville on that one, yep.
With a time, of 41.75, which is
that'll do it.
Yeah,
that's the best record, or the best time.
Yep.
41.75. That was
actually
close to that record by Cahokia.
Yeah, not too far off the record. That's a very solid time. Congratulations to Andersville team of Kellen Burnfree, Clayton Lakatos, who I believe is the son of their coach, Darren Wilson, who we'll see in the sprints, and Zach Lane. So congratulations to them. And we'll move on to
100 meter, or no, we got the second part of the 3,200.
Second part of the 3,200 next. All righty. Now we've got some people excited for that.
Long distance running, man. Long distance.
The metric 2 mile. Gotta find it. There we go. All righty.
Second section also does not feature any Collinsville participants. Got a couple for Edwardsville.
With the 4x1 official top 8, Edwardsville, Triad, East St. Louis, Mascouda, Alton, Belleville, East O'Fallon, and Glenwood. Collinsville coming in an 18th out of 23 participating teams. Well, so Edwardsville, O'Fallon, and East St. Louis, your early top 3 teams. Still very close and still very early.
Have our first hurdle race coming up after the conclusion of this 3,200. It is the 110-meter hurdles.
And we are underway with our second section here.
They didn't waste any time getting that one off, did they?
Nope. We'll go ahead and give you all the rundown. We have Jackson Amick of Edwardsville. He's a sophomore. Hugh Davis, a fellow sophomore, also from Edwardsville. Joey McGuinn, a junior from Decatur Eisenhower. Finn Loken, a senior from Springfield High School. Cale Smith, another Eisenhower Panther. He's a senior. Ethan Naroda of O'Fallon. He's a senior. Dallas Mancinas, a junior of Highland. Hayden Habermel, a senior of Columbia. Noah Gallivan from Alton. He's a sophomore. Aiden Loffelman, a senior from East Alton Wood River. Ben Wallard, a junior from Carbondale. Andrew Latham, a junior from Mascoutah. Jude Mintle, a senior from Quincy. Sam Kahok, a sophomore from Triad. Landon Kirby, a freshman from Civic Memorial. And Calvin Otts, a sophomore from Columbia. Of course, the person who I think we were all kind of hoping to see, Ethan Hogan, not participating in the 3200. We will see him later today in the 1600.
Out early on here in heat number 2 of the 3200 meter run. 106.25 for the first lap for Smith, McGuinn, Amick, Loken, Waller.
I think we need to get this down a little bit more when they're here.
Yeah.
Cale Smith, a senior from Decatur Eisenhower, taking it out.
With Cale Smith of Decatur Eisenhower. Of course, Decatur Eisenhower, a team that will be returning to the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic, I believe.
Everybody trying to beat the 10 minutes, 37 seconds that Christian Knobloch turned in from Highland in that first leg.
The hurdle crew can begin to start setting up the hurdles on the home stretch. Lanes 4 through 8.
An Edwardsville runner second, Carbondale third, and then O'Fallon, another Decatur Eisenhower runner, and Highland, I believe. 2:18 is the mark set by Cale Smith with 6 laps to go.
Carbondale, Naroda, just behind him, along with Springfield High's Finn Loken. Just behind Loken.
Just a little humid today for my personal tastes. But
I'm glad to see the humidity, man. I tell you what, the first night of washers on Wednesday, once that sun went down, it was like the desert. It just got chilly. No dew point, low dew points, low humidity levels. I think both were in the 20s. I'm just, I've been cold since November. I'm ready to get warmed up, man.
Well, you know my opinion on that.
I know.
It could not get any warmer than this for the rest of the year, and I would be a very happy man. It's warm enough for the corn to grow, and that's all that matters.
But, you know, that's not going to happen. You know where you live.
I know.
You live in the humidity belt of the United States.
The armpit of America.
It's okay. It's not for everybody, you know.
Yeah, wouldn't have it anywhere else, though.
The older you get, that might change.
Well,
As the
we'll see.
As the veins shrink up and the skin shrinks up, and you get a little colder when you get older. Believe me.
Carbondale's Ben Wallard.
It's Cale Smith of Eisenhower.
We actually need to play some commercials. We got sponsors to take care of, too, so while they're running in the middle of this race, we'll go ahead and do that. We'll come back before it ends, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
And once again, welcome back to Kahok Stadium. We apologize, man. We got sponsors to please, dude. I mean, that's just the way it goes in this business. And there's no really good times to take breaks. It's like one after another in these events. So I got to take a commercial break here and there when I can. And the 3200 provides us that opportunity because it is a long race. But we're back, and there's probably still, another 3 minutes to go before we end this second leg. And right now, I believe that Cale Smith is still in the lead.
Yep, looks like it.
Yep.
As one of the Edwardsville runners is in second. I believe that's Jackson Amick. And we got two to go at 7:20. So solid pace here.
Yeah.
Meet record is, let's say, 9:25 or so, set by Roland Prenzler.
And here's Habermill. Right there's your top five. Meet record in this event was set back in 2002. It is our oldest record on the books.
Yeah, there's no records left anymore from the last century. Everything has been broken this century.
Is the Collinsville Invitational record here in the 32. Cale Smith continuing to run away with this.
Well, I have it as 2018 as the record holder. Roland Prenzler of Edwardsville did that in 2018 of 9 minutes, 25.77 seconds.
Very wide open race from here. Naroda starting to try and gap fourth place, but now it is Hayden Habermill who's run a strong, quiet second half of the race, getting himself into the
Cale Smith from Decatur Eisenhower.
Here we are to our bell lap here. Cale Smith.
It's the 400-meter to go mark at 8:44.
And again, the time to beat is 10:37.63. That was what Chris Knobloch turned in that first leg. He's a sophomore from Highland. Cale Smith, the senior from Decatur Eisenhower, trying to better that mark. I don't think he's going to have a problem with it.
On the back stretch, there's
Shouldn't
your
anyway.
leader, Cale Smith. Just over 200 meters to go for the senior from Decatur Eisenhower.
He's on that third turn, coming over into the fourth and final turn. And he is about to lap the person in last place in the process.
And here he comes, Cale Smith, ladies and gentlemen, wearing hip number 5.
Smith comes in and going to make a push and will lead wire to wire and come in.
He's going to finish under 10 minutes, that's for sure.
And looks like it, coming in at 9:50 or so.
9:50.11.
outlast Neroda.
So congratulations to
O'Fallon. Smith crossing the line, 950.
Cale Smith, 950.11. Jackson Amick of Edwardsville second with a 10:06.
Neroda will outlast Havermill with a good second half. Neroda takes the third spot, Havermill in fourth. Finn Loken trying to hold off a late surge.
As everybody else comes in to finish up.
And Gallivan.
And then we'll move on to the 110-meter hurdles.
And he will overtake Loken of Springfield, besting him by just over 0.6 of a second, crossing at the line in the final.
All right. The final runners coming down this final stretch of 100 meters here, and that'll wrap things up for the 3,200-meter run. And again, congratulations to Cale Smith of Decatur Eisenhower, who will win the 3,200-meter run at a time of 9 minutes 50.11 seconds. That'll take us to the 110-meter hurdles. We have 4 sections to run in that one. And the first one, they're setting up for now. They had to put the final hurdles down on the inside of the track. Food.
800-meter run. This time we'll make the first call for my 200-meter relay. While we're setting up for the 110 high hurdles, let's get you some results from the field again.
Yes, while we're finishing up, maybe go ahead and take the time to play another commercial or two, perhaps. Got a second here before we get started here.
Might as well.
All right.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you from Kahok Stadium as we are getting ready for the 110-meter hurdles. 4 heats in this one. And you will have Richard Stoltz, a sophomore from Springfield, in lane 2. Tyler Jackson, a junior from Murfreesboro, in lane 3. Maddox Corbin, a senior from Columbia, in lane 4. Logan Meyer has lane 5. He's a senior from Freeburg. Jake Jennings in 6, a freshman from Edwardsville. Ty Schmidt, a senior from Roxana, is in lane 7. Lane 8 is Kojo Sagaji, a senior from Quincy. And the final participant, a freshman from Civic Memorial, and that is Ty Books. And the record in this one, belongs to Clyde Young of Cahokia. Back in 2007, did it in 13.6 seconds.
That is a very good time.
Crazy fast.
Yep. We don't have anybody else under 14 seconds. So, yeah, that is a very impressive record.
Collinsville has one participant in the 110-meter hurdles, and that will be Talon Neighbors, and he will race in heat number 3. Uh-oh. Already got a participant down, banging his knee into the hurdle.
As Columbia runner looks like he's going to take it in a time of...
Maddox Corbin of Columbia. Waiting for the final time to come up here.
I don't know that it it didn't look like it started. We'll
no?
I mean, they're not going to go back and run it again, but we'll go ahead and let the timing folks figure that out.
Yeah. So they would rerun it?
Maybe. We'll see.
Looks like Joviano Howard has won the...
Or at least provisionally.
High jump?
At least provisionally at this point.
Yeah.
Council's own
KJ?
Thorpe Swat in provisional third. They haven't posted the points for that, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Take that as maybe...
Might not be final.
Yeah. Unofficial results.
Unofficial.
Champions before by 8. O'Fallon, 8:02.18 with Woking, Yaradani, Lewis, and Tolman picking up 10 points for the Panthers. Here's heat number 2.
Heat number 2 ready to go.
Baker of
and Zaki Huff Baker in lane 1, freshman from Murfreesboro. I was missing a Collinsville, and we do have a Collinsville participant. Adam Frazier, a freshman from Collinsville in lane 2. Tristan West, a senior from O'Fallon in lane 3. Jerome Hodges, a freshman from Belleville East in 4. In lane 5 is Riley Lissy, a senior from Quincy. Samuel Taylor, a sophomore from Decatur Eisenhower, is in 6. In lane 7, Braden Christian, a senior from Muscuda. Patrick Chisholm in lane 8, a sophomore from Edwardsville. And Keelan Carruthers, a junior from Roxana, in lane 9. We'll see, keep an eye on this clock down here, see if it even starts when the gun goes off.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly they're going to want to do in regards to that. Oh, well, now they've got something started.
Well, yeah, that's, okay, there we go. Corbin, 18:85.
All right.
So Maddox Corbin took the first leg of this men's 110-meter hurdles with 18.85 seconds. And that's a little bit more than his normal time of 18.54.
But enough to win the heat.
And Marlon Taylor of East St. Louis, number 1 in the St. Louis area in this particular event at 14.57 seconds. And Keyshawn Lyons of Cahokia, number 3 in the St. Louis area at 14.70. Lyons is running in the 4th of these, as well as Demarion Taylor. So both of those runners will be in the 4th and final heat.
Looks like we're just about ready to get started here.
Second heat of this 110-meter hurdle. Collinsville's participant in lane 2. So the inside track, or the far side from our vantage point and your vantage point. And there they go. And the clock is still not working.
Rolling away, and hit number 2 Looks like lane number 5 out of Quincy, Riley Lissy, the senior.
And it looks like Quincy, but maybe O'Fallon there? We'll have to hold on here. Wait any official results.
Coming up here in just one moment. This time we'll make the final call for the 800-meter run. Final call.
Two more heats coming up in this 110-meter hurdles, and then we'll move on to the 100-meter race. Back in my day, we didn't have meters. That was the 40-yard dash.
Carruthers with a 16:46 of Roxana with the win. So congratulations to him. Knocks a pretty good chunk off of his seating time. 16:46 from Keelan Carruthers. And Fraser of Collinsville 7th in that meet. Heat, excuse me.
And heat number 3, Jalen Cole of Belleville West will be in 1. Dominic Clark of Belleville West will be in 2. Armani Jones of East St. Louis will be in 3. With Jaden Wright of Belleville East in 4.
I see that right. Keelan Carruthers of Roxana at 16:46.
Yes.
Okay.
Lane 6,
So right now he has the lead.
Down neighbors of
So moving on to section 3. Jalen Cole of Belleville West, Dominique Clark of Belleville West, Armani Jones of East St. Louis, Jaden Wright of Belleville East, Austin Robinson of Lanphier, AJ Banks of Freeburg, Collinsville Zone Talon Neighbors, Christian Ray of Glenwood, and Tucker Lehman of O'Fallon. That's your field for section 3, and then we'll have one more after this one.
Sun's starting to peek through a little bit.
Perhaps. Just a little bit.
Don't forget to remind me before we leave. I got a commercial I got to download on your laptop there.
Noted. As the St. Louis runner, and it looks like it'll be pretty even. Monty Jones maybe with the early lead, and looks like that middle runner.
Yeah, that's going to be tight. We'll have to wait for the official results on that one. Couldn't call that one with the bare eyes.
Maybe Robinson of Lanphier. We'll see here. And it is 15:62.
It will be Robinson Lanphier.
So now that's the time to beat, but your top 2 runners in the St. Louis area in DeMarlon Taylor and Keyshawn Lyons. Taylor of East St. Louis, Lyons of Cahokia, they're coming up in this last section.
The top 6 in heat number 3. Next we have the 4th and final heat of the 110 high hurdle. So hurdle crew will remove the hurdle from the track.
I'd like to thank you all for watching. Here, this is what, our 5th year now doing this?
I think so, yeah. So Neighbors did not run.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, we'll go ahead and run you all down with this 4th and final section. We'll have Amari Rogers Parrott of Granite City. He's a sophomore. Simon McLean, a senior from Alton. Christian Kronk, a junior from Columbia. Joshua Guyton, a sophomore from St. Mary's. We'll see there. The aforementioned DeMarlon Taylor and Keyshawn Lyons of East St. Louis and Cahokia, respectively. Grant Toady of Glenwood, that's the name I remember. Antonio Mack of Muscuda, and Arion Hill of Centralia will round out your field.
We're ready for the conclusion of the 110s coming up right at you.
So one more heat to go in this 110-meter hurdle. There's another hurdle event coming up a little later today. That's the 300-meter hurdle. So the 2 hurdle events are a little spread out because some of the same participants run in both.
Yep. And that is definitely true. You do have people who do both. We'll have the 100-meter run next. 6 sections for that. So, but
yeah, that doesn't take very long.
No, it's the quickest event.
It is. We'll try to get you some results from the field competition going on across the campus whenever we start getting those on the old computer screen.
We have.
There we go. We're set. And we're off.
And looks like no to Marlon Taylor, actually, as a...
Yeah, got that middle lane open, don't we?
Yep, as a lane 4 runner, as Lyons making a push, and...
That was Joshua Guyton of St. Mary's, who looks like he finished in first.
We'll see. And it
is. 14:98, and he's going to win.
Alrighty.
So Joshua Guyton.
Maybe a little bit of an upset.
Yeah.
With no to Marlon Taylor beating Keyshawn Lyons, who came in as the favorite with Taylor not running. So congratulations to the sophomore from St. Mary's. We have some, that's so preliminary that it doesn't really mean anything. Pole vault results starting to get input, but nothing definitive yet.
It does not take nearly as much time to get the hurdles off as it does to put them on.
Nope.
So we'll keep it right here for the 100. And in the 100, runners to watch, Nathan Hippard, number 2 in the St. Louis area with a time of 10.61 seconds. He's from Mascoutah. And Tayshawn Cockerell, who's number 5 in the St. Louis area with a time of 10.91 from Triad. And the top 5 finishers last year, top 6, 1 junior, the rest were seniors, so none of these guys are here running this year. So there's going to be definite change at the top in this category.
Yep. So it looks like we've got our first one here.
And the record, Jacob Mitchell from Springfield Lanphier did it in 2007 with a time of 10.51 seconds.
That is quite good, as pretty much all the records here are.
So we only have 5 runners in this first heat.
Yep, looks like it. Travis Skinner of East Alton Wood River, Owen Francis of Waterloo, Kenyon Burnett of Civic Memorial, Jeremiah Blakely of Alton, and Anthony Winters of Cahokia.
Collinsville has 2 runners in this particular race, the first of which we'll see in Section 4 and the next one in Section 5.
Jeremiah Blakely of Alton will be in 6. Anthony Winters of Cahokia in lane 7.
Looks like Hippard not running, so the favorite based on seeds is Darren Wilson of Edwardsville.
No Cochran either, or Cockerell.
Mm-hmm.
So the top 2 runners I spoke of earlier are not even here.
Yeah, you see that sometimes, but...
Yeah, like I said, it's injuries will definitely creep up on you in the world of track and field.
And injuries, resting. Mentioned earlier, sectionals coming up, so...
Yeah, sectionals are next week, right? Thursday.
Maybe, yeah, next Thursday, a week after, maybe. Coming up here quite soon.
Well, I know they moved the soccer game, the Edwardsville-Collinsville soccer game that was scheduled for that Thursday. They moved it to Friday so they could do the sectional. So.
Oh yeah, are we?
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, are we hosting?
Apparently, we're hosting. Yeah, that's why they moved it to the 12th. Sectionals, track and field sectionals on the 11th, which is this coming Thursday, and then they moved the soccer game to Friday. So I'll have a Friday night soccer game. That's kind of weird to say.
Yeah, may make my way down here for track sectionals. That should be fun. As we look to be just about ready here for start of the 100-meter action.
There we go. Right on cue. So we only have 4 runners. Cahokia runner coming up on the outside trying to take this one. I don't think he ran out of gas there at the end, didn't he?
As the East Alton Wood River runner, 12.
Skinner.
12.3 for Travis Skinner. All righty. Blakely from Alton, the non-starter.
Yeah. So right now the time to beat, 12.30 by Travis Skinner. As heat number 2 is a packed house. Daniel Cunningham, a junior from Mascoutah. Alex Rame, a junior from Waterloo. Donnell Bass, a senior from Lanphier. Nick Nemo, a freshman from Highland. Jaden Wood, a junior from Mascoutah. Another junior is Ednor Slott from Rochester. Paul Graham, a senior from Highland. Andrew Foradana, a senior from Civic Memorial. And Creedon Brenning, a sophomore from Quincy, makes up the 9 participants here on this second leg.
Yep, and maybe one lane open. Looks like lane 6 might be open, but...
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So, no Mr. Slott from Rochester.
All right. Your favorite in this one will be Mr. Wood from Mascoutah. An 11.9, but we'll see. That's why they run the races. They don't run them based on your previous times. Appreciate everybody watching. Hope you all are enjoying this track action. Happy that we get to provide it for you.
Hope the weather is nice wherever you are watching from, because it's nice here.
And we're underway.
All right. 2 coming your way.
And the Mascoutah runner, but lane 7 is...
Jaden Wood of Mascoutah.
Well, hold on here. This is going to be pretty even. I think lane 7.
Yeah, that would be the Highland runner. 12.07. He wins it, so... Paul Graham. As the time to beat right now at 12.07. And we have 4 more heats coming up.
Next up, we will have the heat 3 of...
Provisional winner of the pole vault is Ethan Stukenberg, of Edwardsville, with a mark of 4.32 meters or 14 feet 2 inches. But that is unofficial official, much like the pole vault. Once those are officially verified, we'll be sure to update them for you all. Your very early team top 10. Tied for 10th, you have Waterloo and Triad with 8 points each. Kahok and Alton tied for 8th with 9. St. Mary's and Mascoutah tied for 6th with 10. Columbia in 5th with 11. Decatur Eisenhower and East St. Louis tied for 3rd with 12 points each. O'Fallon in 2nd with 19. And perhaps not too unsurprisingly, the Edwardsville Tigers with the early lead with 24 points.
They are the reigning champs as far as the team is concerned. They had a 15-point difference between the second-place finisher, Mount Vernon, last year. Mount Vernon won the year before.
Rather surprisingly, I don't think Mount Vernon are here this year.
I haven't. They're on the list, aren't they?
We haven't seen anybody from there in regards to participants, so maybe for one reason or another.
Have you ran over the starters for this race?
No, I don't think so.
Take it away.
Alrighty, so this is our 3rd section. We'll have Andreas Barton of Rochester.
Well,
Garrick McBride of Roxana, Tyrus Greer of Glenwood, Jason Elson, and looks like Marlon Beverly, a sophomore from O'Fallon, but we've got a push from McBride, and I think McBride won.
I believe you are right. Roxana McBride with 11.70. We're getting lower and lower with each one of these heats.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to work.
I know.
Alrighty, so we're going to move right along and do...
yeah, sorry we dropped the ball on that starting set for that 3rd heat.
We thought we had a little more time than we did.
Yeah.
The wonders of live broadcasting. Alrighty, so we'll move right along into Section 4. We'll have Benjamin Scott of Columbia, Lee Smith of Belleville East, Isaiah Gordon representing the home Collinsville Cayhawks, Owen Wienicke of Roxana, Owen Leitner of Triad, Casey Burkowski of Jersey, Devin Clemens of Murfreesboro, Boston Robbins of Carbondale, and Dante Onyemelu I think there's more to that name.
Yeah,
but
sometimes they run out of space. Yeah.
So our apology. Melkway. Alrighty, we're gonna go with that.
Yeah, I think the PA guy has a different list. He's got all full names over there.
Well,
ours got kind of cut off. There's only so much room on these lists.
There you go.
Gotcha.
There you go. Sometimes it's nice to be able to pick up some additional information. So, Anya Melekwe. And it looks like no
4.
No Owen Wieneke. Looks like everybody else is there.
Yep. Collinsville's runner in lane 3. Isaiah Gordon.
Saw quite a bit of him on the football field.
Yeah, sure did. And heat number 4 getting ready to get underway. And they're set. And they're off.
Here we go.
And looks like lane 5, triad runner, very even. And I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, we'll see here. Borkowski of Jersey with an 11:65.
Shaved 0.5 off of the last race, won by McBride of Roxana. So
we're just bumping it down, just not quite as much as before.
Heat number 5 coming up. Michael Sutton, a sophomore from Belleville West. Crosstown Belleville East participant. Next to him is Noah Moisey, a freshman. Collinsville's participant in this heat is junior Troy Johnson in lane 3. Tyree Kellum, a sophomore from Murfreesboro in lane 4. William Harris, a senior from Alton in lane 5. Antonio Strong from St. Mary's, a sophomore in lane 6. Austin Dedeker, a junior from Carbondale in lane 7. Excuse me. Coriante Midget, a sophomore from Cahokia in lane 8. And in lane 9 is Matthew Browning, a senior from Springfield. Looks like the person to beat here is William Harris, or the person to have the outside chance of winning this heat.
Looks like lane 3.
Empty.
Maybe also lane 6.
Yeah. Okay.
Tyjair Kellum.
Tyjair Kellum.
Tyjair Kellum. Murfreesboro sophomore.
Mom didn't like the fact that the name was mispronounced, huh?
Well, we try our best to get
I
right.
know.
Yeah.
We don't have the phonetic spellings up here of all these names, and some of them are tough. All right. Heat number 5. Getting ready to get underway. And there they go. The Alton runner in the middle has got the early lead, that's for sure.
Looks like
William Harris.
Mr. Kellum making a run as well, but the Alton runner, that was William Harris, 11:24, which exactly matches his heat time, so props for consistency.
Yeah, no doubt about that, that's for sure.
All righty.
That will take us to our final heat of this 100-meter run. Jaden Saunders, a senior from Glenwood in lane 1. Malachi Wren, a senior from East St. Louis in lane 2. Bowen Brockmiller, a senior from Quincy in 3. A sophomore from O'Fallon in lane 4. That's Omar Mims. Darren Wilson, a sophomore from Edwardsville in lane 5. James Harris from Lanphier. He is a senior in lane 6. Kenneth Buchanan, a junior from East St. Louis in lane 7. Paul Hartman, a junior from Springfield in lane 8. And Carson Green, a senior from Centralia in lane 9.
And it looks like
Looks like they're all there, huh?
Maybe lane. No, I think we do have everybody actually. All right.
800-meter run is the next event after this final heat of the 100 meters. Then we go back into the relay world. 4 by 200. And then the 400-meter run, followed by 300-meter hurdles, the 1,600-meter run, then the 200-meter, and then the final event of the day is the 4 by 400-meter relay.
Of course, we also have the field events going on.
Yep. Trying to wait for finals from them. No points have been awarded for that high jump yet, so we're still waiting for that to become final before we tell you who won.
Nothing, like I said, unofficial results for pole vault as well, but nothing official, so we're going to go ahead and just hold station here and get ready for 100, and then we'll move right along to the 800.
All right, so the time to beat is the 11.24 just put up by William Harris of Alton, and we'll see if any one of these 9 runners can beat that time and take that top spot away. There we go.
And Buchanan.
Yeah, Flyers. East St. Louis Flyers look like they have the early lead. Is that going to hold up, though?
Yes.
11.2 for Buchanan.
Does that win?
Yeah, it does by 0.04 seconds.
All righty. Well, congratulations to Mr. Buchanan. Yep, 10 points for East St. Louis, and no, we'll see. We'll provide an update once everything gets put in, and thought maybe we would have some time to run some commercials, but we're gonna
no, probably not with these running things. The only time you really have any time is when they bring out hurdles.
Yep. So we're just gonna move right along here to the 800. Try our best to provide everything for you all. And
800-meter run. The record holder is Andrew O'Keefe from Granite City. Just did that 4 years ago with a time of 1 minute 53.32 seconds.
That is very. Anything under 2 minutes is a pretty impressive time. 1:53 is extremely quick. We'll go ahead and give you all a rundown on the 800 on this first section. Yeah, Jasper Stanwood of Carbondale, Logan Acevedo of Columbia, Wyatt Gustafson of Rochester, his teammate Jack Reed, Dylan Frutiger of Triad, Elijah Little of Cahokia, Bryce Schottel of Freeburg, Alex Ratz of Springfield, Azar Jones-Span of St. Mary's, Brent Tedty of Centralia, Dallas Forgy of Columbia, Ryan York and Ethan Richards, both of Decatur Eisenhower, and Evan Baker of East Alton Wood River will conclude your first of 4 sections here. 14 scheduled to participate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I count 12, so we'll see there.
Some of these guys that I had listed down as the runners to watch aren't playing. Zach Thoman, excuse me, number 2 in the St. Louis area from O'Fallon. I don't see his name on the list. Or Dylan Ybarra, also of O'Fallon, who is number 5 in the St. Louis area, not on the list. But Collinsville's very own Trey Peterson, he'll be running in this 800 meters a little bit later. He's number 7 in the St. Louis area with a time of 1:57.97. And Trey will be running in the final heat number 4 of this 800 meters. And we are underway.
And here we go. First heat, we make final
There are
call
2 laps of the track here.
As, we'll make the second call.
That got some high jump stuff going on. Looks like pole vault's pretty much finished, but again, unofficial results at this point.
And as we are underway, 2 laps around the track.
Line sort of spreads out here.
Here in the 800-meter run, Jasper Stanwood.
Well, if those top two runners out, maybe Trey Peterson can pull off a little bit of an upset here today in that final leg.
Comes in with the second highest time. Van Schneider of Chatham Glenwood just ahead of him, so possibility for the Kahawks to bring home a winner, as your early leader is, well, early on it's Jasper Stanwood of Carbondale, but he's looking to be passed by Gustafson, I think, one of the Rochester runners. But Stanwood holding on to the lead at this point. The wind picks up just a little bit, but as it has all day, pretty much blowing across perpendicular to the track, so directly into our faces.
Collinsville looking for their first points here in this meet right now. Got some unofficial results coming in from shot put. And Jakias Brown right now of Centralia has the lead. It looks like he won. They have the points on there. So when they have the points, that's over, right?
Yes, if they have the points, then that is official.
So Jakias Brown of Centralia takes first place in the shot put with a mark of 18 meters even. Chase Crawford of Cahokia comes in at second with 7.28 meters. And Iosa Epinesa of Edwardsville in third at 15.74. The highest finisher for Collinsville was Jonathan Sewell, who finished in 10th place with a mark of 13.83 meters.
Stanwood will come in and finish it up here with a time of 2:13 and change, 2:13.62 for Jasper Stanwood.
All right, one leg down, 3 more to go. So it looks like I got to write this shot put down.
Yes, Jakias Brown of Centralia with a mark of 18 meters even, or 59 feet and 3/4 of an inch. So that'll make some adjustments to the team aspect of things. Wait for everything to get verified here.
Yeah, they still have the high jump results up there, but they don't have the points issued yet, and I think they're just now finishing up.
Unofficial there, pole vault unofficial, shot put is official. Congratulations to Jakias Brown. And then, of course, all the track meets pretty much official now, as we'll go ahead and move right along to the second section here. We've got Colin Thomas of Edwardsville, Roman Collins of Muscuda, Michael Cooper Freeburg, Marette Wade of O'Fallon, Trent Glenzer of Waterloo, Anthony Tillman of Belleville West, Jonathan Witzman of Murfreesboro, Hunter Ponce of Roxana, Ben Winslow of Triad, Trenton Klutz of Granite City, Braden Wakely of Highland, Brandon Ford of St. Mary's, Luke Mayer of Centralia, and AJ Altman of Carbondale. So, we've got everybody lined up here. And we'll go ahead and get started with our second section. As they'll reset everybody here and get just about ready to go. Cloud cover pretty much the same as it's been all day today. And we are underway with our second section here. And we'll go ahead and get everything set up here as we make our way through the first 100 meters or so. As an O'Fallon runner makes his way to the front, that is Marette Wade. But the early leader, it appears, is maybe an Alton runner. I don't see an Alton runner. That is that's Brandon Ford. The red-green color blindness strikes again. That is green, not red. Zach. Followed by Jonathan Witzman of Murfreesboro. as we make our way, and Witzman will pass him up, and he'll hit the bell at 1:02 or so. We'll make our way into the next grow of things here.
Witzman taking over just inside a lap to go.
Witzman holding the lead with an Altman, and then following him up is a Edwardsville runner. That's Colin Thomas coming into the final 150 meters or so, and it looks like this might be a little competitive here. As Witzman getting pushed here and now getting passed by Colin Thomas. Blonde hair waving in the wind, and he will pull ahead. A Fallon runner making the push. And Thomas will cross with a winning time of 2:08.09. So congratulations to Thomas.
The top spot there in heat number 2 from Colin Thomas from Edwardsville.
So we'll clear them out and get the third section back on there. And we'll go ahead and introduce them now. We have Alex Macias of Alton, James Perkins of Belleville East, Ethan Schimpf of Waterloo, Brody Schramm of O'Fallon, Tucker Horstman of Murfreesboro, Avery Brock of Highland, Victor Smith of Lanphier, Demarion Williams of Belleville West, Cameron McDonough of Quincy, Devontae Ellard of East St. Louis, Jack Patey of Edwardsville, Clayton Bora of Springfield, and Daniel Wilson of Granite City.
Devontae Ellard of East St. Louis, Jack Patty of Edwardsville, Clayton Bora of Springfield High, and Daniel Wilson, Granite City.
Looks like we've got pretty close to a full field as we welcome Todd Duke back in.
Long days, man. You know you got to take care of business when you can.
Of course.
If you need to go, you can go ahead.
I'm all right for right now.
Okay.
We'll see where we're at once we get a little farther along. I feel like things are moving pretty quickly here.
I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, pushing.
So is the family waiting on me at home to go to the Derby. Yeah, you know, you better be home on time.
Bring it around as we get started with this third and penultimate section.
2005, Charlie Ash, the eventual state champion from
Best time in this group is
Hometown of Champions,
Alex Macias of Alton. And if he can match the 2:04.54 that's on my sheet, he'll have the lead.
Yeah, we'll see. Everybody grouped pretty closely together here.
And here we go with heat number 3.
As that is, looks like a Lanphier runner.
Victor Smith.
Victor Smith with the early lead, followed by perhaps Tucker Horstman of Murfreesboro. That's an Edwardsville runner, a Waterloo runner. Quincy. As Smith holds about a 10-yard lead or so, and he'll hit the bell right at about the minute mark.
Yeah.
So pretty solid pace so far. And he'll hit the turn, and we'll see where we're at here.
Followed by Patty and McDonough.
Although the gap is closing as the Edwardsville runner.
Yeah, looking like he's going to pass.
Yep, that is
Jack Patty.
Jack Patty, not a particular high seed in this meet, but running well here is see McDonough also of Quincy pushing there into the lead. Schimpf of Waterloo up there as well as Smith falls back into the midst of the field. Coming into the final 200 meters.
Right now it's Quincy and Edwardsville, first and second respectively. Excuse me. Oh, that's who? Well, that was, from Edwardsville.
Donna holding on to the lead, and we'll see if Patty's able to make a push. Donna holding station, and a little bit of a slower pace, but come in at 2:04 and a half, give or take. Wait for everybody to finish.
2:04.49.
That's not a bad read. Which I would assume.
That's 4 seconds different than what he had on this list here, so he's gained a little bit on it as we head to the final heat of this 800-meter run.
Go ahead and give you all the rundown. Van Schneider of Chatham Glenwood, the freshman with the high seed time, or low seed time, I guess, 1:57.61. Mentioned earlier, Trey Peterson of Collinsville, also Justice Eldridge of Civic Memorial, Drew Varensky of Glenwood, Darius Ivey of East St. Louis, Wyatt Doyle of Roxana, Eric McClelland of Quincy, Ian Mole of Muscuda, Lucas Naugel of Civic Memorial, Christian Katsamanis of Alton, Andrew Gonski, another Collinsville runner, and Nicholas Butler of Belleville East.
I can't believe Trey Peterson's still a junior. I feel like I've been calling his name in soccer for 3 years now, or 4 years.
I've been hearing his name since he was in middle school.
Yeah.
Coming up with my little brother and hearing about him and his capabilities on the cross country track, and now focusing on soccer in the fall and having success there. And definitely some potential. A lot of guys coming back from last year's team that took that loss in the regional championship game, I believe, at Edwardsville, as we go ahead and get started.
Peterson shoved the guy next to him out of the way.
You're allowed to, as long as it's not anything malicious, you're allowed to make an adjustment, as that Peterson out there with the early lead. So
Trey's on the inside.
Fade down, and Peterson down there, and is he in fourth?
Yep, looks like it right now.
All right, East St. Louis.
Trying to pace himself.
Yeah, still. I said he got 800 meters, plenty of time, and looks like he's going to make the push around Ivy into third place as the Quincy and Glenwood runners float there.
Now making a move is Ivy, followed by
Peterson dropping off just a little bit as they hit the mark at 57 seconds, so good pace.
And we're in quite a battle.
Peterson in fifth. The lead is Schneider and McClelland.
In 57, Ivy and Eldridge, with Peterson all running 58.
Yeah, Peterson's kind of dropped back a little bit here.
Yeah, good pace here. Schneider showing why he's the 1 seed at this point, but we got a run coming in deep. Is that?
Yeah, Peterson just got passed up by Andrew Gonski, his teammate.
Let's see now, is that Eldridge, Justice Eldridge of Civic Memorial making the push around, and looks like we're going to pull away here, and looks like it'll be Eldridge and Schneider making the push here. Eldridge with the lead and pulling away a little bit. Good run here for the Civic Memorial Eagle. And he's going to come in, maybe make the push and see if he can get in under 2 minutes.
And he will.
He will. 1:58.
Close.
High 57s. 57.7.
1:57.70. 58.88, followed by McClellan and Schneider. Eldridge goes 58. You can't get more even splits than this. Eldridge goes 58.
So Eldridge, 1:57.70, all the way down, sir.
1:57.
We'll bring that home. Get some points for Civic Memorial.
Winning also McClellan, Schneider,
and we have some
Ivy in fifth place from East St. Louis, just over
long jump results.
35 seconds.
Your top 8 finishers. In 8th, you have Jordan Tucker of Decatur Eisenhower, Matt Pluff of Freeburg in 7th, Jaden Cole of Edwardsville 6th, Kaylin Lilly Carbondale 5th, Joviano Howard of Cahokia 4th, Carson Green of Centralia 3rd, Nicholas Deloach of 2nd, and your meet champion with a mark of 6.73 meters or 22 feet 1 inches, Kellen Burnfree of Edwardsville, stretching the Tigers' lead out to 23 points over Cahokia in second. St. Louis third, O'Fallon 4, Centralia 5, Alton 6, Decatur Eisenhower 7, Columbia 8, and St. Mary's and Muscuda tied for ninth.
Columbia in lane number 7. We have complete results.
So,
our first completion results from the field. Here are the boys' shot put results. 8th place goes to Ryan Mass of Quincy.
we're going to move right along here into the 4x200 meter relay. Got 3 sections today. First one will have Civic Memorial, Murfreesboro, Quincy, Rochester, Springfield, and Columbia.
Still haven't handed out any points yet for that high jump.
Not yet.
No.
Second place goes to Chase Crawford of
Nor for pole vault, but they're looks like they're done. I don't know. There's like one guy standing over there with a pole.
Jaquez Brown, the senior of Centralia.
Not sure.
Neither am I.
59 feet and 3/4.
All right. How many times can I step on this cord? Man, almost yanked the headphones off my head and took my glasses with them.
All right.
4x200 meter relay.
Your first look at the team.
And what do we got? 3 sections of this?
Yep.
16, we have a tie for 6th place, 11 points.
4x200. Record held by East St. Louis. They set it in 2016 of 125.64. And the teams to watch, Belleville West. Right now they stand at number 2 in the St. Louis area as far as the best time recorded so far this track season at 129.31. Edwardsville number 3 at 129.62. And Madison at number 4 at 129.71.
Looks like St. Mary's with the seed time to beat anyway. So we have a little bit of delay here.
What was that?
Not sure. Got real quiet all of a sudden. All right.
I pointed him down that way, and I didn't even know you were gone.
That's all right. I see though. I think
We're continuing our wait around for something. Looks like everybody's set, and we're gonna go ahead and get underway here.
All right, 4x200 underway.
We're gonna make the collection in there and get everything together and go.
So
ahead.
they hand off after 100?
200.
200?
Half a lap.
200, yes, half a lap. Okay.
And you got the.
And then they'll do it again.
And then they'll do it again, and then once more.
Here we go.
At the early stage here, it is. Looks like Rochester in the lead, followed by Springfield and Columbia, Murfreesboro, Quincy, and Muscuda.
They don't have like the numbers on their shorts.
Well, I guess the goal is that you can, just tell based on the uniforms, I guess.
Yeah.
As well as Springfield and Columbia. Coming down the backstretch.
Murfreesboro making a push here.
I ain't kidding.
And come down
to Tajari Kellum, a sophomore. He's got a burst of speed.
Tajari Kellum, we saw him in the 100. And it looks like Murfreesboro with a clean exchange, but Rochester perhaps making a run there on the outside, or it looks like it'll be a 2-team race.
Yeah, they come down the final stretch. Well, the final runners have numbers.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Rochester taking the lead for Murfreesboro here at the very end.
And we'll come in with a time of 1:36 and a bit 39.
1:36.39, Rochester. And that'll take us to heat number 2 here of this 4x200 meter relay, where you have Freeburg, Collinsville will be in lane 2. Carbondale in lane 3. Alton in lane 4. Belleville East in lane 5. Springfield Lamphere in lane 6. Waterloo in 7. And Roxana in 8.
Alrighty.
As well as
Looks like we've got pretty much everybody.
Collinsville has Sebastian Munez, the sophomore, will start things off. Second leg belongs to Jeremiah Yarborough, a senior. Trenton Strong is the third runner. He's a freshman. And Loyal Patterson will be the anchor runner here for the K-Hawks, and he is also a freshman. 2 freshmen, a sophomore, and a senior for the K-Hawks.
Yeah, all in all, a relatively young group for Collinsville this year. You got one of your, got KJ Thorpe back next year on the jumps. Looking pretty young on the sprint side of things. Trey Peterson back next year. Andrew Gonski back as well. Got Habermel coming back for throws and whatnot. And of course, both not participating today, but I think both of the pole vaulters are fairly young as well. So the future looking relatively bright for the K-Hawks.
So it looks like they are still running over there at the high jump too, aren't they?
Yeah.
Pole vaulters still got a couple of guys left.
Guess so.
And all the jumping going on over across the way. Triple jump.
Long jump.
Long jump. Yep.
Long jump's done.
Long jump is. They're probably doing the triple jump right now.
Yep.
And we're waiting on discus results. Shot put results did come in. Collinsville's highest finisher was Jonathan Sewell at 10th place. Thomas Kohler, 21st. Zachary Chambers, 22nd. Jonathan Shepard, 26th. Caden Hearn, 27th.
Your winner was Jaquise Brown of Centralia. It was a little bit of an upset. I believe Crawford from Cahokia was the favorite coming in. But we're getting going here and got everything going here. And
we are moving right along, aren't we?
Yeah, it's not even at 1 o'clock, and we're pushing into the 4x200, and that's the 2 more sections of that, and then 6 sections of the 400, 6 sections of the 300 hurdles, 4 sections of the 1600. That'll take a little bit of time.
And we're off in heat number 2 here.
Heat number 2 coming up right now. Freeburg, Collinsville, Carbondale, Alton, Belleville, East, Lamphere.
We'll see how everybody is as we hit the exchange here.
And we come up to the first exchange. And it looks like Belleville East first, followed by Alton.
Let's see.
Also Lamphere.
Belleville East. Waterloo with the lead at this point, but Lamphere, Belleville East, Alton.
Yeah, Lamphere's about ready to pass up Waterloo.
Looks like it. Come up and hit the exchange. Exchange for Lamphere, pretty solid. Alton with a solid one as well.
Close race up front with 4 teams.
Yep. And looks like East are going to pull ahead this early stage. Coming into the backstretch and pulling away.
One more handoff to go.
Hit the anchor here, and maybe not the best handoff in the world, but Alton got a good one. And they're going to push here. See what happens here as we come into the final 100 meters.
Sam Elliott Barnes has got some speed, man, and he's going to end up taking over from the Belleville East runner. They're still close, but it looks like Elliott Barnes is going to take that anchor leg and run away with it and bring it home.
In a time of 1:29.6.
1:29.60 for that race. Before we get to
So right now, that is the time to beat as we head to the third and final heat of this 4x200 meter relay. This one will feature Belleville West, Mascoutah, Cahokia, St. Mary's, Edwardsville, East St. Louis, O'Fallon, and Glenwood.
Looks like the early Mark 2 beat is 128.91 from St. Mary's. Got a couple of different, have a couple of alternates available, so we'll see who all they run with exactly.
Which will be coming up here in just a couple of minutes. So if you plan to
as we approach the 1 o'clock hour here.
your coach must check you in to continue to compete. If you do not check in, you will not be running in
All right.
200.
Final heat.
Our third and final heat of the 4x200. Here
And of course, the 4x400 relay is the last competition of the day here at the track. In between that, we have the 400 meters, the 300 meter hurdles, the 1600 meter, and the 200 meter.
1600 meter should be a lot of fun.
I think that's Trey Peterson's best event, isn't it?
Well, he's not running today.
He's not? Okay.
And just chose to do the 800 today, did Trey, and get to bear witness to the wonder that is Ethan Hogan. With good time here, might be able to push towards that meet record, which has stood for a while, hasn't it?
In what?
In the
16?
Yeah.
Patrick Perrier of O'Fallon in 2014 did it in 4 minutes 7.5 seconds.
We'll see. We'll see how hard. Hopefully, Hogan's got some competitors who should be able to keep up with him, push him some. Look forward, and been a while since we've seen a meet record, and haven't had one since before the pandemic. So, be kind of nice to see one again, regardless of what team the individual comes from. As we have several, looks like, open lanes. Looks like, no St. Mary's. Kind of a little bit, looking a little sparse out there.
Well, they're all moved up, though, too.
Oh, yeah, it still looks like we have a few holes, though. I guess we'll be able to count a definitive number here.
Once they get going.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, well, I guess only the one hole, and it looks like it is St. Mary's that we're missing. Looks like Edwardsville making a good push here as we approach the first exchange. Glenwood with the advantage on the break on the outside. Edwardsville and East St. Louis with a good run here. O'Fallon, but Glenwood still with the lead on the far outside. Edwardsville pushing in second.
Flyers pushing for that second spot as well.
Yep.
O'Fallon getting up there also.
And a little bit of a slow exchange for Glenwood. Looks like East St. Louis might even be able to make a push for second.
Yeah.
Edwardsville taking the lead.
East St. Louis moves into second.
Down the backstretch, Edwardsville, East St. Louis, Glenwood, and Cahokia moving
Looks
up
like
on the
Cahokia in
inside.
fourth, O'Fallon there as
Big
well.
exchange coming up here.
Yep, and it's a good one
Yeah.
for Edwardsville.
Yeah, both of them, Edwardsville and East St. Louis, had good exchanges. Looks like Edwardsville is going to win this one unless East St. Louis' anchor runner can come up quickly, but right now it looks like Edwardsville's, this is their race to lose.
Yep. Heard good things and going to come in with a 126 flat, or 127.11, which does not break the meet record.
But it does give Edwardsville another
10 points.
10 points.
And that'll help to push the lead here.
We get ready to transition for the first of 6 heats of the 400-meter dash.
And some updated stuff here, perhaps on the pole vaults. Nothing official yet. Long jump, well, we talked about long jump already. Shot put, I'll mention that already.
Yeah, long jump and the shot put are the only ones that we have finals for in the field competition. So we're still waiting on results from the discus, the triple jump, high jump, and the pole vault.
So the 8th, so your top 10 here, real quick before we get into the 400. In 10th place you have Mascuda with 12 points. Decatur, Eisenhower, and Quincy tied for 8th with 13. Centralia in 7th with 17. Glenwood in 6th with 19. Alton in 5th with 21. O'Fallon in 4th with 23. Cahokia in 3rd with 34. East St. Louis in 2nd with 38. And Edwardsville comfortably ahead with 63 points, leading the event, looking to secure back-to-back titles.
Yeah, they are. Collinsville is finally on the board with 3 points.
I think that would come from Trey Peterson, I guess.
I'm not sure.
And no, it'll come from Andrew Gonski. Gonski finished 6th in the 800. That's all the scoring for Collinsville so far.
They just called the triple jumpers to get over there and get ready to go. So I guess the long jump is.
I don't know, maybe they took a little while.
I don't know. Yeah, the long jump's been done.
Yeah, I don't know. But we get started with our first section of the 400.
First section of the 400 to feature Dwayne Florney of Decatur Eisenhower, a senior. Matthew Lopez, a sophomore from Murfreesboro. Ethan Schmidt, a junior from Triad. Max Walker, a junior from Highland. And Kevin Boomer, a freshman from Decatur Eisenhower.
Looks like we've got a couple
Yeah, it looks like it because we've got 3.
Yep.
And we had 5.
Yep. So I think Lopez there in 3rd, and I think that's Ethan Schmidt, a Triad here, making the way around in this one-lap race.
Well, right now it is Ethan Schmidt of Triad in the lead. Looks like he's going to win this one. And he'll be right around a minute, maybe a little less.
7:58.
58.5. 58.13.
Which nobody had come in with the seed time lower than a minute, so
yeah,
personal best for Mr. Schmidt. And we'll move right into the second one.
Collinsville has a runner in this second one. We'll get to him in just a moment. Andrew Garris, a freshman from Civic Memorial in lane 1. Jack Grotenfent, a junior from Highland in lane 2. Dwayne King, a freshman from Carbondale in 3. Nicholas Feast, a senior from Mascoutah in lane 4. Jordan Taylor from Collinsville, he's a freshman. He's in lane 5. A sophomore from Alton, Dylan Cohen in lane 6. Jeremy Jackson, a sophomore from Lamphere in lane 7. And in lane 8, Delkin Brown, a freshman from Springfield. Assuming they're all here.
Well, much more full than the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we have all 8. I think.
Is it me or is the cloud cover thickened up?
Maybe a little. Not an awful thing. Winds died down just a hair as well.
Cardinals and the Detroit Tigers are getting ready to square off over at Busch Stadium, and boy, oh boy, if anybody needs a win in baseball in this world, it's the St. Louis Cardinals.
It's
Man,
been a
did not see this coming, dude. I did not.
Been kind of a mighty struggle, and
7 in a row they've lost now.
And still early, but
I know it's still early, but it ain't that early anymore. It's not April.
No,
You're 11 games out of first place in your own division. That's a lot of room to make up.
Yeah, well, it would be more, but the Pirates have been struggling a little bit. Maybe come back down to earth a little bit.
I didn't think that they were going to hold on to that top spot.
It seems like Milwaukee and the Cubs then look like the teams to beat. But focusing on bringing our focus back here.
I got tickets to the game against Cincinnati on the 10th of June.
All right.
I'm hoping by then they've kind of righted the ship.
Well, it is the Reds.
I know.
You would have some hope there.
Yep.
Not the Collinsville and the Taylor moving up into third.
Yeah.
All right.
Moved up kind of quick.
Yeah, moving at a solid clip here and pushing up towards that top group.
We'll see if he can hold that pace as he's about ready to pass everyone, and he'll hold first place for a minute, but I think by the time you get around to this final turn, he will not be in first place any longer.
Yeah, I got that Carbondale runner and that Mascoutah there in that next lane as well.
Push it, Taylor, push it.
We'll see here. looks like, well, third. Got
Dwayne King of Carbondale. Taylor needs to hurry up or he might lose that third spot.
Yeah, got a runner from Springfield, but looks like he'll hold third.
Yeah.
Winning time for Nick Feast, a 53-53. So the 400 times have been good.
55, 59 or so, 54 I think it was for Taylor. It went by quick. I couldn't watch it.
I'll get it on that next loop around.
Final call. Final call for the 200. Declare to
And 53.85 for King. 55.42.
55.42
for Jordan Taylor. So, move on to our third section, which looks like we've got a couple of non-starters once again.
Lane 2.
Yeah. Lane 1, 2, and 3.
All right, so we'll skip over those guys. Zach Wooten of Civic Memorial.
Looks like 1, 2, 3, and 4 are missing.
I think 4. No, 4's there. Yeah, so Zach Wooten of Civic in 4, Kirk Lane of East Alton Wood River in 5, Justin Maynor of Murfreesboro in 6, Cameron Steele of Columbia in 7, and Jacoby Patterson of Springfield Lanphier in lane 8. Of course, the 6 sections, so we got a while, but the man to watch looks to be Ramonte Abram of Belleville West. Only runner in the field to have broken the 50-second barrier.
Yeah, he's number 2 in the St. Louis area right now with 49.59. Quentin Stepney of East St. Louis and Timothy Cross, also of East St. Louis, right now 9 and 10 in the St. Louis area.
And
we're off on the next leg, number 3 of 6.
Wooten, Lane, Maynor, Steele, and Patterson. And early on, it's Justin Maynor, the freshman from Murfreesboro, making up the stagger and shooting out into the lead.
Murfreesboro runner holding the lead early as an Edwardsville participant. Does the triple jump, it looks like. We got a push coming up from one of the middle runners. East Alton Wood River, and it looks like we're going to have a 3-man race here, pretty even. Quincy, East Alton Wood River, and Murfreesboro all holding it together. Wood River runner pushing ahead, and Kirk Lane will pick up the victory. The time of 54:37. The cord bites again.
Yeah.
All right.
54:37. That's about a second less than the Nicholas Feast of Mascouta's finish in that last race. All right, pole vault is final. And winning the pole vault competition was Ethan Stuckenberg of Edwardsville with a 14 feet 2 inch pole vault. He's the only one that went over 14 feet. By the way, that equates to 4.32 meters, but they do have the English version up here, so I'll read that one. Michael Scott of Mascouta finished in second with a mark of 13 feet 8.25 inches, and Mason Walton of Freeburg finished in third at 13 feet 2.25 inches. So Edwardsville with another 10 points, and they're looking like they're kind of going to run away with this one again, huh?
Yeah, up to 77 with a 39-point lead over second place East St. Louis.
Yeah.
Kahok in third, Mascouta 4, O'Fallon 5, Alton 6, Glenwood 7, Centralia 8, and Quincy and Decatur Eisenhower tied for 9.
So as far as the field events go, we're just waiting on the triple jump and the discus, as well as I think we're still waiting the
high jump. Fine, yeah, no confirmation on high jump. But
yeah, high jump is what we're waiting on. They have numbers on here, but nothing final.
So early consensus points to Joviano Howard of Cahokia, but
yeah,
unofficial at this point.
Yeah, KJ still sitting at third. I think they're still going on down there at the high jump. That's over here to the where the camera's pointing, actually, right behind the goalpost of the football field.
Get ready for this fourth section.
Fourth section it is, and we have everybody out there. Looks like it. Aiden Hewitt from Rochester, a senior in lane 1. Zion Taylor, sophomore from Cahokia in lane 2. Justin Killian, a senior from Mascoutah in 3. Ben Wilcoxon, a junior from Glenwood in lane 4. Daniel Picaro, a senior from Glenwood in 5. Antonio Dean in lane 6, a freshman from Granite City. David Leonard, a junior from St. Mary's in lane 7. And Jonathan Coriel, a senior from Centralia in lane 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's not 8 out there.
We have 6. We got 2 probably out on one of the farther lanes. Don't know for certain who was did not start, but looks like we got that lane 1 runner from Rochester.
Yeah.
St. Mary's runner pushing, Mascoutah runner maybe pushing.
Looks like St. Mary's runner is going to overtake the guy on the inside, but will he stay in?
And
looks like it, yeah.
Mascoutah runner, 52.98 for Justin Killian.
So right now, that's the time to beat. 52.98. Justin Killian as we head into the second to last heat for this men's 400 meters. And in this one, barring everybody's here, DeAndre Brown, a freshman from Springfield in lane 1. Alex Utter, a junior from Edwardsville in lane 2. Carson Meath, a junior from Columbia in lane 3. Devion Montgomery, a senior from East St. Louis in lane 4. Ben Brockmeller, a senior from Quincy in 5. Brody Schramm, a junior from O'Fallon in 6. A sophomore from Edwardsville is in lane 7. That is Delkin Hoferlin. And Garrick Homan, a senior from Quincy in lane 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like no lane 8.
No lane 8, so no Garrick Homan. Jalik Nelson, the runner for Collinsville, will be in the final heat coming up after this one.
Yeah, cloud cover definitely has thickened. Maybe deadened the wind just a tiny bit.
I said all the rain was supposed to pretty much stay up north, so I'm hoping that's still true.
That's what it looked like last night, but
I watched old Fox 2 News here before I left to come out here this morning, and they said it's pretty much going to be a dry day, but a little cloudy. I was expecting a little bit of sunshine later on this afternoon.
well, it's still only 1 o'clock. Of course, we'd be seeing, can't really see behind us here, which is the direction that the weather comes from.
A nice sized thunderstorm brewing up there just north of Alton. But I think that's everything's going to stay north, though. Got a couple little scattered showers over in the central west end out by Chesterfield, but I don't think it's anything major.
And a little rain wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Oh, God, it cut down on the dust. It has been super dusty around here with all the wind.
Yeah.
And we're off in heat number 5.
Here we go, heat number 5. Only 2 more races.
And it looks like Edwardsville is going to take the early lead.
Not yet competed. You not yet checked in to declare for the 200. We need you to do that. Again, you have 2 more races to declare, or you will not be running in the 200. You will be scratched.
You better be getting up there and checking in. All right, coming around this final stretch, looks like East St. Louis is out in front in lane number 4. That's Devin Montgomery. And he has got a sizable lead. He's definitely going to win this heat. No problem whatsoever. It all depends on the time, which right now is going to look like about 48, maybe 49 seconds. 48.81. So that is now the new standard to beat. The first one under 50 seconds. That's a big improvement over his 51.50.
That's a clip. That might contend for the overall win.
Yeah.
We'll see the kind of pace that. I mean, it seems like everybody's been improving on their seed times, but that is a very
0.5 seconds off of the record.
Yeah, that's a very good run for Mr. Montgomery.
You are not kidding. All right, final heat here in this 400 will feature Riley Fretch, a sophomore from Freeburg in lane 1. Well, scratch that. Doesn't look like he's here. Troy McLean, a sophomore from Belleville West in lane 2. Quentin Stepney, I think I had him mentioned, yep, from East St. Louis as a player to watch, a runner to watch from East St. Louis. Ramonte Abram from Belleville West in lane 4. Jalen Pennington, a sophomore from Cahokia in lane 5. Julian Johnson, a senior from O'Fallon in lane 6. Collinsville's participant is Jalik Nelson. He's a junior. And Austin Dedeker from Carbondale in lane 8, also a junior.
Looks like 1 and 5 are empty. Looks like. So Ramonte Abram the favorite based on the seed times at this point. And
300-meter hurdles are coming up next, so that'll give us time to take a little bit of a commercial break.
Oh, we have a delay, so it was a tie actually in the pole vault.
Oh.
As Evan Alexander of Rochester able to tie the mark set by Stukenberg, so that'll.
So what do they do? Flip a coin?
No, it's a tie.
They split the medal.
I think they go by like number of attempts, but that's
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a.
Yeah, they took away the 10 points and gave each team 9.
Well, yeah, it'd be 10 for first, 8 for second. So
yeah.
Split it up evenly. Not that that really affects the team score.
Nope.
All that much. Edwardsville still with a comfortable lead. Collinsville at this point currently sitting in a tie for 23rd, but we'll have some points coming in for KJ Thorpe-Swat, and the potential still exists for Jalik Nelson to get us some here.
There's the potential.
Potential is everything, isn't it?
It is.
Guns in the air.
Let's go, yo.
Nice. Best of luck to everybody. And here we go.
We are off.
And Abram pushing hard, and he's already going to make up the turn, and he'll pass up Nelson before we hit the 100-meter mark, and he is going. And he's going to hit the turn, and wow.
A little bit of a close one here. Coming around this final turn.
He'll have the benefit of the turn, and we'll see what happens. And
Ramonte Abram has the lead. Abram will end up taking this final heat. The time is going to be the issue, 49.08, so that does not do it.
Yeah.
And it looks like that one is going to belong to
Davion
Montgomery of East St. Louis with that 48.81. So congratulations to Mr. Montgomery.
And we'll have a time to take a break here as they'll set up for the 300 hurdles.
Montgomery, 48.81. And we will do just that. It is time to take a break while we get the hurdle set up. So we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipStLouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our K-Hawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a K-Hawk, always a K-Hawk. Hashtag K-Hawk Family.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you just after the gunshot to get the first leg of this 300-meter hurdle underway. The runners to watch in this one, Damarian Taylor from East St. Louis. He's number one in the St. Louis area with a time of 39.34 seconds. Keyshawn Lyons of Cahokia, number 3 at 39.88. And Clayton Lacados of Edwardsville, number 5 in the St. Louis area at 40.29. So this is 3/4 of the way around the track.
Looks like they kind of consolidated it, because the first heat was only supposed to have 2, but
yeah,
see some people that were scheduled for the second one. We got a dead heat here between Columbia and...
Well, that's going to be too close to call.
Well,
Schwartz from Highland. So we didn't have a first heat. This is like the second heat.
Yeah, they kind of combined it. Maybe one of the guys in the first section scratched and
Yeah, could be.
able to just make some adjustments, combine things. But Gabe Schwartz with the early mark to beat of
I didn't write it down.
something. Adam Frazier of Collinsville participating in that heat.
Finished in 6th.
And Gabe
45-75.
You know, personal best. Seems like we've seen a lot of those over the course of the 400 and here in the 300 now.
So I guess instead of 6 heats, we only have 5. So coming up here in this next heat is Caden Lush from Centralia. He's a senior. Ashton Miller, a junior from Quincy. Patrick Chisholm, a sophomore from Edwardsville. Braden Christensen, a senior from Mascoutah. Jake Jennings, a freshman from Edwardsville. Dominique Brown, a freshman from Cahokia. Ty Schmidt, a senior from Roxana. And Micah Bonasinga, a sophomore from Springfield.
This is probably the hardest meet to tell when you've got scratches and whatnot. Because you're over there in the far corner, and it's a little weird to pick because you got a lot of people. So we'll see here.
Looks like the high jump is finished over there. Yep, there's the point. So Joviano Howard of Cahokia wins the high jump with a mark of 6 feet, 6.75 inches, or 2.00 meters.
2 meters, 6 3/4. Very solid mark. And we're underway here, and looks like we've got 5 participants. Edwardsville runner and a runner there in the middle from, is it Mascoutah, I guess, probably Christian making a good run here.
Out in the lead from lane number 4, Patrick Chisholm, sophomore of Edwardsville.
And Christian's going to have a pretty comfortable lead here.
Powering down the home stretch, Braden Christian.
Edwardsville runner making it a little closer is Patrick Chisholm. But getting through there is Christian.
42.87.
Which knocks a good chunk of time.
Yeah, knocks Schwartz off the top spot.
Maybe a little bit of a helping wind coming down the backstretch, kind of pushing a little more down the straight, which
we only have 2 field results left to go through, and that'd be the men's discus and the triple jump.
Triple jump still going, looks like, and discus, well, don't really have a way of determining that easily. So our third heat, we've got Riley Lissy of Quincy, Talon Neighbors of Collinsville, Owen Neff of Springfield, Samuel Taylor of Decatur Eisenhower, Amari Rogers Parrott of Granite City, Tristan West of O'Fallon, Zach Duffy of Freeburg, and Kieran Powers of Rochester. A couple of sub 40-second guys, Keyshawn Lyons, DeMarlon Taylor, and Christian Kronk of Columbia also in there. So, but we'll get there when we get there. Really, things are moving along quite quickly here.
Yeah, not bad.
Get to subtract a section. Of course, the 4 sections of the 1600 will take some time, but I don't know that getting out of here by 2:30 is out of the realm of possibility.
No, not at all. That's what I pretty much told my family. I said somewhere between 2 and 3 o'clock I should be done.
Looks like progressing right on time. Clouds look to be thinning up a little. No real sunshine, but looks a little brighter. It's even more so off to...
You can see the darker clouds if I open up the door here and look out to the north. You can see the darker clouds up there by Alton. As we told you, there was some rain north of Alton. But the St. Louis area looks to be clear of rain right now. So we should be able to get this in with no raindrops.
Yep. And a couple of raindrops wouldn't be the worst thing.
No, but, you know, it can wait until after the Kentucky Derby.
Well, I mean, it raining in Louisville doesn't.
No, I'm not talking about in Louisville. We're going to the racetrack here in Fairmont,
Well,
and I don't want to be outside in the rain.
Well, sure.
All right.
Ooh,
that was rough, man.
Lane 4.
Samuel Taylor. Well, of Decatur Eisenhower, and he's going to finish the first spot in this heat.
Say
42-26.
Does that take the lead?
Yep.
All righty.
42-26 is better than 42-87 from Braden Christensen in the last leg, so we move on to the second to the last leg here in this men's 300-meter hurdle.
Go ahead and give you all the rundown now. Joshua Guyton of St. Mary's, he's a sophomore. Tucker Lehman of O'Fallon, he's a senior. Armani Jones of East St. Louis, he's in lane 3, he's a junior. Christian Ray of Glenwood, he's a junior in 4. Grant Toady, a senior from Glenwood in 5. Dominique Clark, a junior from Belleville West in 6. Nolan Rozovsky, a junior from Rochester in 7. And Charles McAfoos. That's a very Alton name, and he is indeed in Alton. We get ready for maybe my favorite event, getting ready for the 1600 meters, which is one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah, 4 times around?
Yep.
Yep.
I don't know. There's always something that I find kind of interesting. It's, it's not something where you have strategy and.
The long distance running is your favorite, huh?
I don't know. 3200 looks a little. 3200 kind of takes a while, unless you've got somebody really good, which.
See, I always like the faster races. I like the 100 and the 200.
I don't know. The 100, I just feel like you're.
It's not very long, is it?
No, you're just. I mean, there's skill to it, as there's skill to every event here. But it's just personal preference for me.
Gotcha.
Looks like a pretty even heat going here. We got a Chatham runner and East St. Louis runner making good runs here.
I believe that's Grant Toady of Glenwood in the lead right now, but he's got a little competition over there by Jones from East St. Louis, but
fading off a little. Looks like Toady is going to come in 41 seconds or so. Pretty solid time.
40.97. Wow.
That is quite good. Cut almost a second off. Like I said, helping win, maybe cutting those times down, but.
Record holder, by the way, Delano Anderson of East St. Louis set the mark in 2016 of 38.15 seconds.
Good run for DeMarlon Taylor. Maybe gives us a shot here.
Yeah.
Win maybe a little.
Yeah, you got Taylor and Lyons in this race, 2 of the top runners in the St. Louis area. Taylor number 1 and Lyons number 3. Taylor of East St. Louis and Lyons from Cahokia. And they are going to be right next to each other.
Yeah, let's see.
2 and 3, or 3 and 4, excuse me.
Let's see here. Looks like we've got a couple of holes. Looks like we have Taylor there in 3. No, Lyons was a scratch earlier, so
yeah,
maybe he's just not here today for one reason or another. Looks like Taylor's down there in the. We haven't, like I said, we've been hoping for a meet record. Capability is there. And after this, we'll be able to pay a couple of bills as they clear the hurdles off, and then we'll get ready for the 1600.
Triple jump still going on across the way, I believe.
Looks like it.
Still waiting for results from the discus to come in, which is kind of strange. They got underway at 10 o'clock over there with that.
They do it at the same time as shot put?
They do, yes.
Then, I don't know. Maybe just waiting to get them in as we're underway here. And
got
is that Taylor there in lane?
Student athletes out there throwing a football around on the field.
Give you something to do. Stay loose.
Yeah, Lyons of Cahokia kind of figured that he would be coming around in first place, but he's going to get challenged now. Maybe. A runner from Mascuda on the outside, but Lyons, he's pulling away.
That's Taylor, isn't it? 3 is
Christian Lyons. And that's going to be close.
40.
Yeah, 40.20.
Those lines. So that's a. Is that a win?
That is. That's better than the 40.87 that Grant Toady just turned in. So
no meet record.
Keyshawn Lyons will take first place in the 300 hurdles.
All right. So more points for Cahokia. Maybe got a battle for second between Cahokia and East St. Louis. We'll kind of keep an eye on that. Edwardsville, of course, with a pretty comfortable lead still, although it has been trimmed some.
All right, we are going to step aside and take a break. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Back here at Kahok Stadium, Todd Duke, Zach Roseman along with you. 1,600 meters getting ready to get underway.
All righty. We've got our first section here. We'll have Graham McAfoos of Alton, Josh Martin of Granite City, Andrew Thomason of Belleville West, Azar Jones-Spann of St. Mary's, Eric Scroggins of Roxana, Chase Massey of Carbondale, Jack Castleman of Murfreesboro, Ryan York of Decatur Eisenhower, Clayson Miranda of Granite City, Ethan Richards of Decatur Eisenhower, Braden Craig of Murfreesboro, and Isaiah Simpson Colm of East Alton Wood River, as we are underway for 4 laps of the track here at Kahok Stadium.
Runner to watch in this one, Joe Schwartz of Waterloo, number 3 in the St. Louis area with a time of 4 minutes 23.7 seconds.
And we will bear witness to the legend of Ethan Hogan. Ran a 4:08.52. Potential for the meet record if he runs well. We'll see. But we've got a little while before we get going on that, so.
Yeah, Hogan is going to run in that 4th heat, as is the aforementioned Joe Schwartz. Dylan Ybarra also running in that race from O'Fallon. No Justice Eldridge, though, huh?
Oh, that's maybe he did run the 800, didn't he?
Yeah.
All right. This is the Carbondale runner. That is Chase Massey with the early lead, as they'll come around to that first lap in 1:08.5, give or take. Wind picking up just a hair. Cloud cover thinning, as we mentioned earlier. Doesn't feel quite as humid as it did earlier. Maybe gotten a little more used to it.
Probably. That happens.
Probably. Maybe the sun cooking off a little bit of the moisture, thinner clouds. I don't know. Pure speculation on my part, as Massey bolds a 15 or so yard lead. Plugging along at a relatively comfortable pace.
Here are results from the 800-meter run. Cameron McDonough of Quincy finishes in 8th place. 7th place goes to Ian Mole of Mascuda. Andrew Gonski of Collinsville finishes in 6th place. And 5th place.
I don't have a start list for the 200.
No, they didn't have that.
All they have is the performance list. So we're not going to have any idea who's running what in the 200.
Yeah, we're just going to have to kind of go for it, see who all declares for it, and we'll just kind of.
Maybe we'll listen to the PA guy down here. He'll let us know what's going on.
Kind of play it by ear. Massey hits the second lap at 2:24.
Civic Memorial's Justice Eldridge running a winning time 1:57.
And he will make his way through the corner. Massey has stretched his lead and looks like an East Alton Wood River runner.
Massey continues to lead for Carbondale.
Or maybe that might be actually Ryan York of Decatur Eisenhower, excuse me. I'll be able to get you all a definitive answer on that as we hit the turn.
In heat number 1. Now York of Decatur.
Solid crowd on hand. Pretty much similar to what you would expect here as get everything going. Continue here on about as nice as a Saturday afternoon as you can ask for here in first weekend of May. Mentioned earlier it was Kentucky Derby Day, and those of you who will be watching that, and got playoff hockey going and playoff basketball as well on the pro side of things. It's the bell at 3:42 does Chase Massey.
You guys may head down and check in, get your hit.
200-meter check-in announcement being posted.
Yeah, check in with us.
Well,
give us a list. I got a performance list, and on the top of that is Devion Montgomery of East St. Louis with a time of 22 seconds.
We saw him win the 400, didn't we?
Yeah.
See if he elects to double up.
Yep, won the 400 with a time of 48.81 seconds.
Massey looks like he's going to take a relatively comfortable win here. Pulling around and holding station here as it'll be him and then perhaps Ryan York. Not sure who exactly that is, but it is Chase Massey who will take the victory. Looking for it, trying to break 5 minutes, and he will. 4:56 and a half. 4:56.51.
Yep.
And second place will be Ryan York, 5:07.79 at Decatur Eisenhower, and he'll go ahead and have a lie down, as will a couple other guys, as everybody else comes around to finish. Well, that's why we do it, to be able to provide the capabilities for everybody to be able to watch, for those who can't be here for one reason or another. So, as looks like we're just about finished up here, and we'll go ahead and get ready for our second section here. So, go ahead and give you all a rundown on that. We've got Andrew Latham of Muscuda, Jack Aarons of Rochester, Jonathan White, a.k.a. Jack White, William Hollahan of Springfield, Lucas Schmidt, also of Springfield, Jacob Dahlquist of Centralia, Devontae Ellard of East St. Louis, Cedar Giramoli of Lanphier, and Ben Helfrich of Alton, Ben Sipkins of Collinsville, and Cortez Sanders of East St. Louis, but doesn't look like he's running. Just see the one East St. Louis track uniform there. And so,
I'll be back.
Alrighty. Go ahead and give you all the rundown here. Looks like I got everybody ready here. They'll take their marks. And we're underway. Ellard of East St. Louis off to an early lead, but very early things as him and Ben Simpkins of Collinsville will pull away in the early stages as everybody will hit their groove and move on.
3 teams coming with hardware here today. 6th place with 27 points is Alton. 5th place with 29 points, O'Fallon. 4th place with 30 points,
Hear the
Muscuda.
team point
In
being
3rd place
announced
with
here.
61 points, East St. Louis. Your runners-up with 62 points, Cahokia. And your current leaders with 76 points, the Louisville Tigers.
Field all pretty much clumped together. Simpkins with the early lead.
Number 2 around the home stretch.
Also see
Number 1 almost.
Jack White of Belleville West in there as Simpkins holds the lead. Pressing along here as they'll hit the first lap at 1:10, give or take. Field all pretty well clumped together. Simpkins with the yellow spikes on.
And White of Belleville West in that top 3, still very close. Aaron Telford and Hullahan. All very close with Schmidt and Dahlquist. Very tactical early on here in the 1,600-meter run.
Field all grouped together well as
At this point,
you have a new leader at this point, but still very early.
Rochester, Jack Ahrens.
Jack Ahrens of Rochester with the lead, and he'll pull ahead just a little bit as we hit the 2-minute mark of the race, as we're just under halfway, coming into the 900 meter or so to go mark.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, update for athletes and coaches. We're going to reseed the
2 to go here now as we'll hit 2:26, and we'll move right along here. On pace for about a 4:52 or so pace, which is solid mark and would be ahead of the curve for the expected pace of the section. Low time for this heat, 4:54.21, set by Andrew Latham of Muscuda. And Aaron's continuing to stretch that lead up to about 10 yards now.
and Helfrich are battling for that 2nd spot.
Looks like triple jumps finishing up here.
Aaron's continuing.
Everything flowing around here, and
Stand upon his lead. Right now it's up to around 40 meters.
migration of folks over to focus on the runners.
The Alton Redbird.
Aaron's with the lead. There's an Alton guy giving some motivation to his teammate.
And then Helfrich, Hullahan.
Aaron's stretching ahead here, and he'll hit the bell at just about 3:41 and a half.
Has taken that 2nd spot back. Rochester's Aaron
Aaron's
continues to
plugging along here. The mark to beat at this point is, what was the winning time in that first heat?
Hullahan and Helfrich with Schmidt.
Guess we'll check that in a little bit. Coming around to the final 200 meters as everything tries to clump together here. Aaron's putting the kick on here, looking to see if he can break the 5-minute plateau.
50 meters now to go. Aaron's coming around the final.
And he's plugging along here, 4:35 now into the final 100 meters.
The junior from Rochester.
Wearing the trademark
Taking heat number 2.
Rochester Rocket Orange and Blue.
Lay a low time.
And he'll be able to come down here, and it's going to break it. And it'll be a 4:53.75, give or take. 4:53.73, the official time for Jack Ahrens. And I would think that would be the prevention here as everybody else comes around to finish things up here. And we'll go ahead and go ahead and get ready for our third meet.
457 and change. Helfrich of Alton, White of Belleville West, Dahlquist of Centralia in your top 6. Next up, we will be ready for the third heat. In the third heat,
So,
we have Aiden Lawful.
go ahead and give you all a quick breakdown here of team standings before we get started with our third section. We've got Freeburg in 10th place with 15.5 points, Centralia in 9th with 17, Columbia in 8th with 18.5, Glenwood in 7th with 24, Alton in 6th with 27, O'Fallon 5th with 29, Mascouda 4th with 30, and it's definitely a 3-horse race up at the top. East St. Louis in 3rd with 61, Cahokia in 2nd with 62, battling back and forth as they have all day, and Edwardsville, as they have pretty much all day, holding the lead with 76 points. We get ready to...
The discus is final, and not only does Jakias Brown win the shot put, but he also wins the discus.
Yes. No, but good showing for Collinsville. 3 Collinsville Kahawks in the top 8. Shane Box, Jonathan Sewell, and Devin Habermill. 175 feet 5 inches, 53.48 meters, the winning mark for Jaquise Brown. Yosei Epinesa of Edwardsville in 2nd. Chase Crawford of Cahokia in 3rd as we get started with our third section.
Devin Habermill in 4th place on the discus. Nicely done there, Devin.
Yeah, that'll push the mark up for Collinsville. Push them up into the top 10.
Good. Men's triple jump is the only field event we are waiting for finals on, and looks like they're still competing over there, I believe.
Let's see. Go ahead and give you all the rundown of this third section of the 1,600 meters. You've got Aiden Lawfulman of East Alton Wood River, Zion Wilkins of Carbondale, Ethan Smith of Highland, Thomas Hess of Quincy, Ben Ziobro of Edwardsville, Brian Castro putting on for Collinsville, Morgan Stratton of Waterloo, Kyle Cooley of Belleville East, Mark Rojan of Freeburg, Carter Simmons of Glenwood, Chase Cooley of Belleville East, Aiden Roach of Highland, and Ryan Hardy is another representative of the Rochester Rockets. Zion Wilkins, the freshman from Carbondale, with the pretty significant early lead here as he'll hit the 3/4 of the way left mark at about 107. And a comfortable lead already.
106.68. Early lead. He knows in order to have a chance, he's going to have to hang.
Appreciate you all watching.
To scare.
Happy to bring it to you. I know for me this is always one of my favorite days of the coverage season for us. Right up there with those 3 days at the end of.
Yeah, I was just going to say this is the longest one-day event that we have, but nothing like the 3 days over in the gymnasium for the Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament. That's a whole other animal there.
Yes. A labor of love.
You are slap happy by
you
the
are definitely,
by the time that third day rolls around.
You are even with some extra help in the form of even with some help in the form of Matthew Kark, it's still a very long couple of days, but we love doing it and we love bringing all of the events to you as the gap is being closed here, as Wilkins is closed upon by, I would think, Ziobro. And
I think next year we have a day off, don't we, in the Prairie Farms tournament?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't looked at
Friday, Saturday, Monday.
That's a possibility. I remember there was a couple years ago we had a day off.
Yeah.
Always a little disconcerting, but an extra day in a hotel for some of the out of the area teams.
Yeah. That's okay. They're on Christmas break. They don't have anything to do.
Not too much. Like I said, we got 2 new teams coming in. Well, one totally new team and 1 team returning after taking a couple years away. Got Decatur Eisenhower and Carbondale entering into the PFHC next year as Ziobro holds the lead, still followed pretty closely by Wilkins. but definitely a two-horse race as they come into the final 450 meters of the race. Wilkins will retake the lead. And they're going to hit the bell at 3:30 and a half. And we'll see what happens here over the final 400 meters.
He's back in third. Bell-East Cooley now moving into the fourth spot.
Yeah, looking across the way, they're still all lined up for the triple jump over there, so that's the only field event that we are waiting on a final from, as we are almost down to the last two events here on the track.
Yep.
200 meter coming up next, and a 4x400 meter relay.
And we'll see how many sections of the 200.
Yeah, we don't know that.
Yeah, we're just going to have to kind of play it by ear on that.
There's 3 sections in the 4x4 relay. That we do know. That's on our list.
200 kind of declare as you get here, and if you feel like running, you can go ahead and do it. I guess. I don't know, but Wilkins pulling away here, and looks like he's going to, despite the challenge from Ziobro, he looks like he's going to get it. Come in, see if he can break 4:45. Pushing hard here.
Yeah, he's almost out of gas, isn't he?
Yeah, you'll see it. 4:40 and a bit.
4:40.47. 4:40.47.
Which cuts.
God, there's no way anybody's going to break that record, man.
What?
Patrick Perrier of O'Fallon, 2014, 4 minutes, 7.5 seconds.
I have hope in Ethan Hogan.
Okay. Yeah, his time right now is last time, I guess, is what they recorded, right? The 4 minutes, 8.5 seconds, so a second off.
It's possible.
It is. Still waiting for a meet record to fall today, and we're getting down to the nitty-gritty bottom of the barrel here as far as what's left.
Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and give you all the rundown for it. Here we have Ethan Hogan. Of course, we mentioned with a nationally ranked 3,200 time, running the 1,600 today. You also have Joe Schwartz of Waterloo, the top 10 time in Class 2A. Dylan Ybarra up there in 3A. He's representing O'Fallon. Eric McClelland of Quincy. Isaac Range of Columbia. Civic Memorial have always produced good distance runners, and they've got 2 here today, Jackson Coleman and DJ Dutton. Eli Greenstreet, another O'Fallon Panther. Drew Twyman of Triad. Will Pastia of Glenwood. Josh LaChance of Freeburg. Another Triad Knight, Andrew Pace. Leo Cozy of Muscuda, and Ben Perolfi of Edwardsville will bring it down. You're going to want to focus on the left of your screen. We'll go ahead and get started.
So Hogan's in lane 1.
Should be there in the Eagles. That tall guy there on the inside, I think.
Got the little peach color going on under there. Is that him?
I don't know. I mean, the Eagles would be. Or, we'll see.
Yeah, they're normally in blue, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it says Eagles. Or, no, the Indians. That's Muscuda. I'm looking at the wrong end. Oh, yeah, he's down there in the white next to the.
Yeah, has the peach under his arms, right?
All right.
Yeah.
All righty. We're underway here.
There we go.
All right, here we go. If you're a fan of exciting distance running.
Well, he's starting off in the back. He's pacing himself.
Are we sure that's not Hogan out there?
I don't know. It says he's on. Says he's in lane 1 according to my sheet.
Well, he's got tag number 1. I guess lanes don't mean as much for the 1,600. We'll verify that for sure. A little hard to tell.
Well, when they come around, we can get a look at the numbers. We'll be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're saying that he's out to the early lead now. Hogan is.
Yeah. And he's going.
He will be running, and he has the runner-up spot second.
And he's pulling away already.
In the 3rd spot, Joe Schwartz of Waterloo moving on.
Yep, he has the number 1 sticker on his leg.
Ethan Hogan wasting no time.
You ain't kidding.
He knows what he has to do, and so he's going
right now, the battle is for second between Dylan Ybarra of O'Fallon and Eric McClellan of Quincy.
Right at a minute through the first 400. The pace is there. We'll see.
Yeah, we will. See if he can keep it up.
Like I said, comfortably under 9 minutes in the 3200. And
shh, don't tell anybody. Cardinals are leading 3-0 in the second.
Wow, it's a miracle. We'll probably find some way to blow it.
They have recently, haven't they?
Yeah, Marmol and one of the other coaches got ejected.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I think I saw.
Game against the Angels the other day, that afternoon game. It was on while I was still in school. And I was like, all right, we got a 2-0 lead after 2 innings. And then a 4-run third, a 6-run fourth. Before you knew it, we were down 10-2.
Yep. All right, coming in here, just over 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It'll be 2:04.
Yeah, that's will equate to 4:08. So that'll be close. He's right on his time of 4:08:52.
Yeah, got to cut about a second off for the record. We'll see what he's got here.
Right around 2:03, 2:04.
See if he can make that push for the meet record.
I mean, he's got a really big lead, at least 50 meters.
Pushing 50 yards. It's just the question of now, I wonder if he knows. We'll see where he's at. 240 with about 500 meters to go.
Is rolling with Isaac Range. Hogan coming on to the home stretch.
Well, he'll be definitely over 3 minutes by the time he gets to the line. 3 minutes now.
No, maybe not quite record pace. We'll come across at 3:09, so 58 seconds or so.
Yeah, he's going to have to get it under a minute if he wants to break that record.
Yeah.
Which, if you got it in you, man, you can turn it on.
We'll see if he's pushing here.
Down the back stretch. Ethan Hogan, now you start seeing the pouring of support down the back stretch. Hogan continues to drive.
Not quite think so. 30 seconds to get 200 meters.
Yeah, that's going to be rough.
To go from the line, accelerating, starting his kick.
We're going to have to kick it into a higher gear.
One of the best runners in the state of Illinois.
Well, maybe not quite meet record, but
nope.
It'll be a comfortable victory.
Yeah, he comes down the home stretch, and he's got to get there in about 8 seconds.
Yeah. He's not going to do that, but this is going to be...
Fans are standing up cheering. There goes the record. And he'll finish around 4:13. 4:12:82.
I think Ybarra will come in and get second. And then Schwartz.
Well, Ethan Hogan will win the 1600.
Pulling a Civic Memorial fourth. All right. So.
We don't know what's going on next.
Yeah, we're going to have to kind of play it by ear here, folks. Bear with us.
Very exciting.
We'll be sure to figure it out.
At 4:30 and under in an impressive 1,600-meter run. What they have said, did they give us anything for it? They seeded it, they reseeded, then they had to reseed it again. So all I have is what that start list shows. Yeah, so they haven't given us anything. Now, what I'm hoping is when they seed it, Chris has it in the computer, so I'm hoping if we click on it, it will. Okay, so here we go. So if you go on there, they got the. And I hope this is the official one. Okay, I'll check it out. I got that up on my screen. Okay. You got it?
Yeah, we'll.
That's the same thing he was just telling me. So
all righty, we're gonna go ahead and we have some possible start lists here for the.
Hey, is what's online? Is that the heat? Is that the heat?
We're
gonna find out.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
Let's see. I've got.
So.
Heat 1. I've got 8 people in here. Hold on.
Yeah. Elliot Kaisner is the first runner from Springfield.
Anthony Winters of Cahokia, Travion Brown Sanchez of Lanphier, Elijah Horn also of Lanphier, Jordan Tucker of Decatur.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about ready to get started with.
All right, looks like we're going to have 5 heats in the 200.
We need everybody to be down on the infield for the 200-meter start.
So
we will not start the race until everyone is down on the infield.
Well, you better get a move on, people. I got plans.
Still about the 2:30 time we said a while ago. Looks to be pretty accurate.
It won't take long to get through 5 heats of the 200. It's a pretty quick race.
Yep, and then
they start over there and finish over here still?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, only 3, and then 3 for the 4x4. So we'll.
This time we will have, just a reminder, we will have, looks like 5 heats.
We'll see if we've got anything in regards to triple jump. That's what we're still waiting on.
No, they're still over there in line jumping, so I guess that's probably going to be last. And we might not have a final by the time we get off the air, but Zach Roseman will tell you all about it when he posts the final story on our Facebook page. If you want to look at that one, Kahok Sports Network on Facebook.
Be sure to have something posted by the end of the day today. Looks like we're about ready to go here for this first of 5. Guns in the air anyway. We'll bring everybody down. Don't know how many people they got over there, but see.
There's a whole group.
I only see.
Okay.
There we go. They've decided to make it 6. They've refreshed it.
Okay.
So we've got 2 Springfield Senators, Elliot Kaisner and Donald Anderson here.
So 2 guys running against each other from the same school, huh?
Yep, just like practice.
Elliot Kaisner of Springfield, Donald Anderson, also from Springfield, lanes 4 and 5 in a match race of Senators.
And looks like Anderson's going to take the win here, and he'll come in with a time of 24 seconds, give or take.
Followed by Kaisner. That is the first section.
24.14 for Donald Anderson.
Anderson, 24.14 to Kaisner's 24.91.
All right.
So, we're going to match, get ready here for our second one. We've got Carter Stice of Quincy in lane 1, Miles Silva of Civic Memorial in lane 2, Jordan Tucker of Decatur Eisenhower in 3, Donnie Miller of Highland in 4, Elijah Horn of Lanphier in 5, Travion Brown Sanchez of Lanphier in 6, and Anthony Winters of Cahokia in lane 7.
Runners to watch in this 200. We'll both race in the final leg. Devin Montgomery of East St. Louis right now stands at number 4 in the St. Louis area with a 22-second even finish, and his teammate Kenneth Buchanan sits at number 5 with a earlier finish this year of 22.16.
Yep. Nathan Hippert of Muscuda also a name to potentially watch out for.
Yeah, but I didn't see his name on the list anywhere.
He's on there for Heat 6.
Is he?
Yeah.
Why didn't I see that?
I don't know.
I look right over it?
I guess so. At any rate.
Oh, yeah, he is on there. Yeah, he has a time of 22.30. So we got the 4th, 5th, and 6th best runners in the St. Louis area that'll be running in that last leg.
Getting ready to go here. Looks like we've got one hole.
And here we go.
Going to bring it around here. Cahokia runner on the outside, holding the early advantage.
As we come around the bend.
Close race.
Yeah, we got the
2, 4, and 7.
Highland runner and Civic maybe holding the lead. It'll be Silva coming in at 24 in a bit.
Miles Silva.
24.47 for Miles Silva. Is that beaten by Anderson?
Brown Sanchez of Lanphier, Stice, and Horn.
So that was a 30-second difference, 30 seconds less than the young man who won the last heat between him and his teammate.
All righty. So we'll move right on to lane 3. We've got Troy Johnson of Collinsville, Amari Harper, another Kahok, Boston Robbins of Carbondale, Mogalodi Kabinong of Carbondale in 4, Luke Range of Edwardsville in 5, Clarence Johnson of Alton in 6, Andrew Fonradona of Civic Memorial in 7, and Rome Wallace of Highland in lane 8.
Troy Johnson turned in a time of 24.44 earlier this year at the Granite City meet for Collinsville, and the freshman Amari Harper turned in a time of 24.19 at the Triad meet earlier this year. So we'll see if either one of those two can overtake the 24.14 that Donald Anderson of Springfield put in that first heat. Maybe give Collinsville a chance for a medal here in this one. Maybe. But I'm telling you, those other 3 guys are going to have something to say about that in that final heat.
Mm-hmm. Of course, we do have several point scorers for Collinsville. Devin Habermill getting 4th in the discus, so good run for him there. KJ Thorpe-Watt medaling in the high jump, and is he participating in the triple jump?
I believe he is.
All right. So we'll see there as we're underway here.
Third leg of 6 for this 200-meter run. And they're cooking.
There's a runner in the middle, and you got a runner from Carbondale in the middle, pushing ahead. And that is Mogalodi Kabinong with a 23:26. Solid time for the freshman.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Followed by Range of Edwardsville and Johnson from Alton.
So, now that we got that done, we'll move on to our 4th heat. We've got Ty Jair Kellum of Murfreesboro, Micah Grussenmeyer of Glenwood, Xavier Martin of Belleville East, Sean Rogers of Granite City, Johnny Robinson of Edwardsville, I remember his name from basketball, Montre Lockwood of Belleville West, Chris Pete of Waterloo, and Jace Nelson of Columbia will round out your field for this 4th of 6 heats in the 200-meter dash.
Johnny Robinson, Montre Lockwood from Belleville West will be in 6th. Chris Pete of Waterloo in 7, and Jace Nelson of Columbia in lane 8. Your 8 competitors in heat number 4.
Baseball action is the next thing on the list on the Kahok Sports Network. Looks like the weather's going to cooperate for Tuesday, as I'll be at Fletcher Field in Woodland Park for a battle against the O'Fallon Panthers, while Zach here will be covering softball against Belleville East on the same day at the same time.
Yep.
Josh was going to do the baseball game against Nashville because it was going to be at Woodland Park, but they moved it to Nashville.
So it looks like, but I think baseball added a game against
Litchfield Friday, yes.
Yeah, they added that game, and then it got rained out, and looks like I may go ahead and pick up that one as we are underway here.
Heat number 4.
As we come around the bend for a home.
See a Edwardsville runner in the middle, and it's all relatively.
It is bunched up a little bit, isn't it?
Yep.
Looks like the Granite City runner has the early lead, but
the Waterloo runner making a push here.
Waterloo runner, that's Chris Pete.
Looks like Granite's going to hold on is Sean Rogers with a 22.8. Which cutting time down off those PRs, so good stuff. So
Sean Rogers of Granite City has the best time so far at 22.8. Heat number 5 coming up. And then heat number 6 is the one everybody's going to be wanting to watch there, as it'll be a good one with Hippard, Montgomery, and Buchanan all running in the same race.
Yep. So for our 5th section, we've got Calveric Bratton of Centralia, Louis Johannes of Triad, South Grow of Glenwood, Peter Backstrin, of Cahokia, Savion Mitchell of Belleville East, Casey Borkowski of Jersey, Jerry Smith-Johnson of Belleville West, and Keelan Dowell. Wonder if that's a relative of Shannon Dowell, the all-state girls basketball player for the state champion O'Fallon Panthers. Don't know for sure. Cloud cover thickening up again a little bit. We're just past the 2 o'clock hour here.
Doesn't look like any rain.
No.
Just gray clouds.
Yeah. Said overcast. Don't have to worry too much.
Joel Carlson hits a 3-run home run in the bottom of the second.
Make it 6-0?
No, why did they say a 3-run home run? It was already 2-0. Now they're saying it's 3-0. What in the world's going on here? Everything's flashing.
Who knows? We got on the high school side of things, we got season scheduling coming out next week.
Yeah. And seeding should be out Monday. Schedule should be out Tuesday.
I thought it was Thursday and Friday.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Kettler told me Monday, Tuesday.
I don't know. Chris Kettler may have access to stuff that the general public doesn't. We'll find out here.
Yeah. Tight race here. Real tight.
Yeah,
there's 4 guys up front.
And Jersey, but it looks like Triad Johannes on the inside. Is going to get it? With a 22.61.
Well, that's the best mark so far.
All righty. Having done all that, our final heat here.
This one's going to be a fun one.
Yep. We'll go ahead and give you all the rundown. We've got Antonio Strong of St. Mary's, Omar Mims of O'Fallon. We mentioned the 3 men in the middle, Nathan Hippard, Davion Montgomery, and Kenneth Buchanan. Also participating, Sam Elliott Barnes of Alton, Carson Green of Centralia, and Bowen Brockmiller of Quincy. You're going to look for the blue and orange, and the purple and white. Should be a lot of fun. It'll be here and gone in about the length of an NBA basketball possession.
Looks like the last 3 participants over there in the triple jump are getting ready to run, and I think that might be it for the triple jump.
Provide the results as soon as we get them. Thank you all for sticking with us here. Been on for 3.5 hours now. Maybe not quite as quick as some of the other ones, but like I said, 2:30 still within the realm of achievability, give or take.
I would imagine we got, what, 3 heats in the 4x4 relay?
Yeah, that's about 4 minutes or so each.
Yeah. It'll be close. I'm hoping I can get out of here, though. I hope I'm not blocked in.
A lot of cars.
Yeah.
A lot of buses, too.
All right, final heat here of this 200 meters. Who's it going to be?
Well, looks like I got one of these St. Louis runners making the push here. Not sure which one that is. Elliott Barnes making a push, and there's the other East St. Louis runner. That is in 4. Is that Montgomery again?
I think so, yeah.
4, yeah, that is Montgomery.
Montgomery, yeah.
21.81.
And that'll do it for that one, yep.
So Montgomery with the win in the 400.
Yeah, he won the 400. Now he's won the 200.
Very good day for him. All righty. So, having done all that, get everything set up here, and now I think I'm still waiting on the triple jump, but barring a Cahokia double, if Cahokia win the triple jump, which they've got Deloach and Howard, it's a possibility. Deloach and Nicholas Deloach has the possibility in the Cahokia 4x4 team up there among the top. So it is possible for Cahokia to get it, but they would have to
Crawford of Cahokia will be
beat out Edwardsville, and you'd have to hope that Edwardsville doesn't score, and you can't really rely on that. So.
Well, of course, you just mentioned pretty much all three teams to watch, East St. Louis, Cahokia, and Edwardsville. Right now, East St. Louis, #1 in the St. Louis area with a time of 3 minutes, 23.49 seconds. And just a couple of seconds behind is Cahokia, and just a couple of seconds behind them is Edwardsville.
They're right up here at the top today. O'Fallon 4, Columbia 5th, Mascouda 6th, Alton and Centralia tied for 7th. Glenwood in 9th, Quincy in 10th, Collinsville and Civic Memorial tied for 17th. We are still waiting on KJ Thorpe-Swat in the triple jump, and you'd figure he'd be up towards the top. So, we'll see what happens here.
Third place, Austin DeDecker of Carbondale.
All righty.
Your runner-up spot in the 400.
All right, last event of the afternoon here on the track. I believe it looks like they are done with the triple jump over there, so we're just waiting on results. And then we'll probably get those before this 4x4 ends.
So, give you all the rundown on this first one. We've got Springfield in lane 2. There they are. Got Quincy in lane 3. Columbia in 4. Granite City in 5. Murfreesboro in 6. And Civic Memorial in 7. They all look like they're there, and we're going to get going. Collinsville have a team. They'll be in the second heat. Get you all some info on that down the line.
Four times around. 3 handoffs.
3 handoffs, and so the margin is 7 for East St. Louis. East St. Louis up into second place, 7 points behind Edwardsville. The potential is there.
Yeah, sure is. We've got to get these triple jump numbers in there as well.
And we'll see what happens there. That might throw Cahokia up into the mix. Potentially. We'll see what happens here. See if Collinsville can get into the top 10. They finished.
Yeah, they've already got the points posted for the 200, so the only thing that's not posted, triple jump and this 4x4.
Yeah. See if Collinsville finished 9th last year.
They finished 11th last year, 9th the previous year.
11th last year, 9th the year before that.
Yeah.
Sitting in a tie for 11th currently, so pretty good, solid market consistency here. And as we were talking about earlier, a fairly young group for the Kahawks, and we'll see how everything shakes out here.
Collinsville's 4x4 team will run in the next heat.
Yep. We're underway here with the first one. And we've got a push on here, as it looks like Granite City is off to a strong start. Just behind the Quincy Blue Devils, with Murfreesboro in 3rd. Or actually, no, that's Civic Memorial, excuse me. There's Quincy there, farther back. Granite City and Civic Memorial. Granite City with the lead on the exchange. Civic just ahead on the turn, but that gap pretty much negated at this point. Pushing along here, and we've got maybe Columbia making a push up here as Granite City takes the lead. Have anything for triple jump?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet.
I just refreshed my screen. I was waiting for the little results to pop up in the little blank box, and it did not.
We will be patient.
And now Columbia overtaking Granite City.
Columbia and Granite City in pretty much a dead heat as we come on up to the second exchange here. Civic Memorial and Quincy in there as Columbia pull ahead, and Civic Memorial making a push up to take second place at the second exchange. And everybody heads around here. Columbia pulled ahead here as Granite City, I believe, are looking to close that gap.
Yeah, that second runner, is that the second runner?
A third runner.
Third runner is got a little burst of speed there. Closing in on the Columbia runner.
Yeah.
Very close up top between Columbia and Granite City.
One final handoff coming up here in about 100 meters.
And we'll see Columbia just kind of holding and maybe pulling away just a tiny bit. Plugging along there is Broderick Curtis, perhaps? I don't know, but they'll hit the handoff.
Ooh, a little bit of a rough handoff there.
Yeah, a little bit of a rough handoff, but enough of a lead. We'll see if the Granite City anchor runner is able to make a push here.
Well, the Granite City runner's legs are moving a lot faster.
Yeah.
And he's closing up some gap room up there, that's for sure. That would be Josh Davis, a junior, bringing up the rear there in the anchor for Granite City, trying to close in
on
Carson Meath. Carson Meath, yeah.
And a couple of guys that
I don't know why they had like 8 guys listed.
Oh, you just kind of play it on the day, saying like, "Hey, you want to do 4x4 today?"
Yeah.
Sure, coach. But it looks like they're going to hold on, and
yeah, it does.
Looks like Civic Memorial are going to pass up Granite City, and Columbia are going to go ahead and pull through with a time under 3:45, 3:43 and a 3/4, and looks like Granite City just got
63-62.
Yeah, it looks like Granite City just got second there at the wire, and they did.
All right. Second heat of this 4x4 coming up, and well, we'll feature Highland, Collinsville, Springfield, Lamphere, Alton, Carbondale, Waterloo, Freeburg, and Centralia.
Collinsville team, Jeremiah Yarbo, Jalik Nelson, Trey Peterson. Looking, that's interesting. All righty. And I see him down there. And Trenton Strong. Notice that they've, looking at the results for Kahawks this year, that they've had Trey run the 400 a little bit.
Triple jump results are in.
All righty.
And in first place, Nicholas Deloche of Cahokia with a mark of 14.57 meters. KJ Thorpe-Swat finishes in second place at 13.46 meters. And then Vectrez Thomas of Cahokia, a freshman, finishes in third place. So Cahokia gets 2 of the top 3 spots there in the triple jump.
And so the margin here, we got 3 teams, depending on the results of the 4x4, who still have a shot here. Collinsville up into 9th with that. So Edwardsville at 89, Cahokia at 84, and East St. Louis at 82. So, depending on how things go, if Edwardsville finish any higher than, I think, about 4th, then they will clinch the team championship. Cahokia looking for a win and looking to make up 5 points for a tie. And then I don't know if there would be a tiebreaker or not on how exactly that would work. Maybe most winners or something. I don't know. Well,
KJ's had a very good year jumping, that's for sure.
Yes, he has. Good run there.
Didn't he set a school record for one of the things earlier?
Yes, school record for high jump.
Yeah.
And saw that he got to
meet the man whose record he broke too.
Yeah, Ted Stites from back in the graduated from Collinsville High School back in the late 70s and was a state qualifier in the high jump and broke his record, and they came down and got to meet each other. Saw a little photo there posted by the Kahok Athletic Facebook page there.
Yeah. So 7 points is all that separates first and second here, Edwardsville and East St. Louis.
And then pretty significant gap back to O'Fallon in 4th. Scuda 5, Columbia 6, Alton 7, Centralia 8, Collinsville 9, and Glenwood 10, which...
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Edwardsville, East St. Louis, and Cahokia in the top 3 spots. It just depends on which order now, and it all depends on these final... Heat number
2?
2?
Well, yeah, this is Heat 2, but Heat 3 is the one that really matters.
Yeah, because Cahokia, East St. Louis, and Edwardsville are all running in that heat.
Yep. And we've got somebody pulling ahead pretty quickly here. Is that Waterloo, perhaps?
Looking very strong out there in lane number 6. Also running well in lane 3, Lanphier making up the stagger.
As we're pushing in there, as things start to clump up, the stagger being made up.
Here we go, coming around the bend on the home stretch.
Lanphier, Alton, Waterloo, and Carbondale pushing into the lead now.
Collinsville is getting up there with a little late push, too, in 5th place right now, but looking like they're going to move into at least 4th by the time they get to the handoff.
Looking to match the Lanphier, and they're going to pass the Lanphier runner, and the exchange is...
Messed up the exchange.
Yeah. And that, well, it looks like the runner will still be able to pass up the Lanphier one into 4th, but gap ahead to Alton, Carbondale, and Waterloo.
Jeremiah Yarborough and Jake Nelson had a hard time with the handoff.
Now, looks like the runner out there on the far outside.
All right, here we go. 200 meters from the next
pushing into things, and the field will clump up a little bit.
Alton up in the top 3.
Coming around now as...
Top 3 are still bunched up.
Yeah, looks like Waterloo in the lead currently, but...
Nope, Alton's taking the lead now.
Alton coming around in the lead and pulling away here. Looks like the Waterloo runner's just starting to fade a little.
Man, Jaquavion Whitfield is just pouring it on.
And we're going to come here and hit the penultimate leg here.
Good handoff for Alton, too.
Yeah, maybe not the best one for Carbondale, and we'll see as...
Collinsville now sitting in 5th place.
And we'll see if they're able to push here.
As running for Collinsville now is, that is not Trey Peterson.
No, that is...
is that Trenton Strong?
I guess so. I guess they have Trey running anchor. And
yeah, they do, because he's down there waiting at the line.
All righty.
So they had it backwards on our sheet.
Bringing around there as...
Collinsville has moved into 3rd.
4th. Yeah, Lanphier ahead of them still, and Alton and Waterloo still...
4th, yeah.
And the Waterloo runner making a push here.
Yeah.
And Lanphier...
take it back.
Lanphier plugging hard, too.
Oh, yeah, Lanphier might make it to the finish line before anybody here on this last handoff.
Making the big kick here as we hit the handoff. Waterloo first, and it's a clean one, and we'll see what happens here. Peterson will catch it in 4th, and the Carbondale kid will chase after him. We'll see if Peterson's able to utilize the sprinting capabilities.
Yeah, he's not going to catch up to 3rd place, that's for sure.
Bigger worry now is the guy coming up behind him. But Waterloo and Alton still.
Oh, yeah. Peterson's going to get passed right now. So Collinsville looking like they're going to finish in 4th in this heat. But we have a very close race between Waterloo and Alton and...
Well, Lanphier, yeah.
Look, the kid from Alton is scooting.
Yeah, coming up there now. And
there he is. Man.
What an anchor run from
Sam Elliott Barnes.
Yeah, that's one of their better guys. And he's
yeah.
going to push through and come in with a 3:27. 3:26.99. What a phenomenal anchor leg there.
You ain't kidding, man.
Sam Elliott Barnes.
That was crazy. All right, 3:26.99 is the time to beat as we head into the final heat of the final event. And after that, well, it'll be over with here. And this one's going to be a fun one. You have Mascuda in lane 1, Chatham Glenwood in lane 2, Cahokia trying to pull off a miracle and take over the top spot in lane 3. East St. Louis right now in 2nd place in lane 4. Belleville West in lane 5. The top spot belongs to Edwardsville. They're in lane 6. Belleville East is in lane 7, and St. Mary's is in lane 8. This is coming down, man.
Yep. And I feel like this is one of the more competitive in terms of team that we've had.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. I mean, it was a 15-point difference between 1st and 2nd last year. It's not going to be that way this year unless Edwardsville wins this race.
Yeah, I mean, if Edwardsville win and then you can see Cahokia or East St. Louis drop off, I mean, we'll see what happens here.
Yeah.
They're going to announce it over the PA here. And
your leaders with 85 points.
Right.
Edwardsville, top 3 teams separated by 3 points.
7.
And, oh, yeah, by the way,
Oh, yeah, Edwardsville just has a 2-point lead over Cahokia, or 1-point lead over Cahokia right now.
Oh,
and a 3-point lead over East St. Louis.
Oh, there was an adjustment, so Edwardsville dropped a couple of points. So
3 points separate the top 3 teams. This will be fun.
Yeah, so if East St. Louis, well, I don't know. We can figure it out here in a little bit.
What do you get for coming in second? You get 10 points for first, right?
10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah,
Okay.
10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Now here we go here, and looks like I gave you all the rundown for the main teams for Cahokia.
Devion Montgomery has already won 2 races today. He's the number 3 runner for East St. Louis.
Jalen Pennington, Corian Rayford. See Nicholas Deloach fresh off of winning the triple jump.
Yeah, Keyshawn Lyons is no joke either for Cahokia.
And Vectorus Thomas as an alternate. He had a good run. We'll see.
Yeah.
And so East St. Louis for Monte Abram running for Belleville West. Maybe they could make a run. Edwardsville is strong in relays as over the years as any team has been. You can never count out Muscuda. All comes down to this, folks. Glad that you're here with us for it.
It's always a fun day. I like this day because
Yeah.
it's different.
Yeah, it's
it's not baseball, football, basketball. It's
I mean, living here in the Midwest, we love baseball as much as the next guys.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
It's a good. I haven't gotten to do any girls soccer. Of course, you and Mr. Brett Borm have taken care of that, and so
Well,
you don't have to drive up to you don't have to so that you don't have to
No,
drive
I
up
don't have to
Quincy.
drive to Quincy. They're going to play it in Edwardsville. Thank you very much.
Man, well,
I already had to make 2 trips to Quincy earlier this year. Yeah.
There's I don't know, there may be something to be said there, but we'll leave it alone as we're underway here.
And here we go, the final race of the day. Top 3 teams
All righty.
separated by 3 points.
See East St. Louis.
4.
Oh.
All Edwardsville needs to do is win.
Oh, yeah, there they are. All right. We'll see what happens here. Got Cahokia and East St. Louis in the middle. Edwardsville making up the break well.
And they look to be the top 3 teams.
We'll see what
Edwardsville trying to repeat
as champions. Cahokia. East St. Louis making a push here. Belleville East still holding strong. It looks like East St. Louis is going to pass up Edwardsville. We're going to hit the exchange here. And East St. Louis first to the handoff, and they're pulling away here. Edwardsville making a run. Cahokia up into third.
Darius Ivy for East St. Louis now running. Darren Wilson for Edwardsville.
And looks like, well, Cahokia are going to pass up Edwardsville.
That is Rayford for Cahokia, who's overtaken Edwardsville.
Now Wilson fighting back here. It's real close here. East St. Louis still holding the lead, but it's still very much capability here as the crowd will get active here.
Devion Montgomery is waiting to get that handoff and take off running. Edwardsville and Cahokia neck and neck here for second place, but Edwardsville is going to take over that lead at the very end. And tell you what, man, Montgomery's already off and running. He's got a nice lead.
Now the question here is, East St. Louis have to make up 3 points, so they need Cahokia to beat Edwardsville if they want to secure the team title.
Yeah. Right now it's 1, 2, and 3, East St. Louis, Edwardsville, and Cahokia, and there's probably about 15 yards between them.
Yeah. We'll see what happens here. So, and Edwardsville
one more
closing the
handoff
gap
to go.
here now.
This is when you do not want to mess up the exchange.
No.
Edwardsville is closing a little ground on East St. Louis. Cahokia is in a distant third now. Montgomery, he's fighting it, trying to get there and take that final handoff. He does, good on both ends. So now it's a foot race between Edwardsville and East St. Louis.
Well, Edwardsville at this point looking like they've secured the
Braylon Heavens, man, he's
team title, and he's
going to pass. He's going to make sure that Edwardsville takes this team championship.
And now we'll see the East St. Louis runner make the
Yeah,
kick
he's
now.
trying to find that second gear.
Man, there it is.
Yeah, it is.
And, well, be a little anticlimactic for the team championship, but it's going to be an exciting finish to this race. East St. Louis pulling away.
Yeah, they'll end up losing by 1 point, won't they?
Yep.
Braylon Evans has done it. He's going to win this race for East St. Louis, but they're going to fall 1 point short of the championship.
With a 3:19.
3:19.61.
East St. Louis 3:19.61. Edwardsville 3:21.
Wow.
91.
No, well, still 2.5 seconds off of the off of the meet record, but that will 93-92. Edwardsville is going to win the team title.
Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow, man, when you're coming into the final leg of things, 3 points behind, and you win, and you still lose. Man, oh, man. That was crazy. Nice finish to the day, that's for sure. And there's your final. Edwardsville with 93 points, East St. Louis with 92, and Cahokia with 87. Collinsville finishes in 9th place this year with 25 points, just 3 points behind 8th place Centralia, and 1 point ahead of 10th place Glenwood. So Collinsville improves over last year by a couple of spots. That matches their 9th place finish from 2 years ago. So that was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, always a fun time doing it.
It is.
Congratulations to Edwardsville. Go back-to-back once again. We'll go through the rest of your top 10 teams. As we mentioned, Glenwood 10th, Collinsville 9th, Centralia 8th, Columbia in 7th with 32.5 points, Mascoutah in 6th with 35 points, Alton in 5th with 38, O'Fallon in 4th with 46, Cahokia in 3rd with 87, East St. Louis in 2nd with 92, and Edwardsville are your team champions for the 2nd consecutive year and fourth time in 5 years, somewhere in there. Congratulations to the Tigers. Congratulations to all of our event winners.
Yes, sir. All right, that is going to do it for us, man. Big thank you, Zach Roseman. Appreciate your help and everything you do.
Of course.
Excuse me. Another big thank you to Daryl Frecker joining us for the pregame interview. And, of course, thank you to everyone that took the time out to watch us here today. I will be back with you on Tuesday. So will Zach on the Kahok Broadcast Club Student Network on the YouTube page. I'll be taking the O'Fallon Panthers baseball game in over at Fletcher Field, while Zach will be taking in the softball game over at the complex against Belleville East. So that's what we got coming up on Tuesday. And again, my name is Todd Duke, for Zach Roseman, for Daryl Frecker. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your weekend.